outdoors all season. In fact, Thomas Deku told me that he felt like the scheduling gods were smiling down upon them when they released the schedule. And to be honest, I have no complaints out of me either. I prefer the dome rather than the hand warmers and the big puffy jacket, Dick.
I can understand that for you, Chris. But for the Bills, I think that rainy weather and the cold would have helped Doug Marrone in his first year as head coach of the Buffalo Bills after coaching the college at Syracuse, and Mike Smith, who's suffering through his first losing season as a head coach, came oh so close to getting to the Super Bowl last year, knocking on the door. So this has been a dramatic free fall.
It really has. Unexpected for Atlanta. I don't think anybody thought a team that was so close could fall so far, but they have. They just got to finish this season, play through it, and build from here on out.
Dan Carpenter will get the game underway, and Jacquizz Rodgers will return it from a yard in the end zone, and on the end around, he hands off, and getting good yardage is Antone Smith. Antone Smith getting to midfield, and the Atlanta Falcons, with a little trickery on the opening kickoff, will have the ball right around midfield on the 50-yard kickoff return by Antone Smith.
Antone Smith over here on the right. You start off the game, you got nothing to lose. Rodgers hands it off to him, and look at the line of blockers he has right here. Makes the kicker miss. This is a positive way for Atlanta Falcons to start this game.
And in talking to Matt Ryan, he said the biggest thing is confidence. Team hasn't had much of it, but you win, you get it. And came close to beating the Saints a week ago Thursday. So they started midfield. First down, and Steven Jackson barrels ahead for a couple of yards. So Matt Ryan, who's on track for a career high in interceptions, that's not good. But you look at the other numbers, Rondé, and he could almost set career records in that area.
Yeah, he's close to some of the records that he set last year for these Falcons. You know, Matt, when you look at him on film, he doesn't look that much different. Obviously, he's working with some young guys, some guys that haven't played for him. Harry Douglas has had to step up and take a big role with Julio Jones being out. But he's still the Matt Ryan that we all know and love. The team just hadn't been with him.
Second down and 7. Flag fake this time, and the pass holding onto it is Patrick DeMarco, and DeMarco manages to get within 3 yards of the first down as we look at the impact players when Atlanta has the ball.
It's not very often we have a center up here as an impact player, but this front of Buffalo and his matchup with Marcel Darius is going to be crucial today. Harry Douglas, as I mentioned earlier, was forced into a #1 role, and he's responded by leading the team in reception. Kiko Alonso, I think, is a front runner for Defensive Player of the Year. He's second in the league in tackles and interceptions. And Jarius Byrd started the season hurt, but these last 2 games, he's been back to his old ball hawking selves. 3 picks, and a sack.
Third down and 2. 5 receivers going out for Ryan, who's sacked, and nobody picked up Manny Lawson, the former Cincinnati Bengal. Well, they didn't have any protection on that one.
Well, they had started confidently with that kickoff return. Nobody even bothers to block the end, just a miscommunication. See the left tackle there, Lamar Holmes, look back saying, oh, I think that was my guy.
So that's what this team has done all year. 38 sacks, second in the NFL for the Bills. Loss of 5. And Matt Bozier punting from near the 45. Leotis McKelvin with the fair catch at the 14. So a tremendous return. Nothing doing for the Falcons there. And Rondé, let's take a look at the burning questions for the Bills and the Falcons.
Yeah, there's some obvious ones, and they both surround the quarterback. You know, EJ comes into this game having played his best game as a pro, and everybody keeps saying he needs to back it up with another good game. A running game will help him today, but he's got to show how far he's come so far this year. And our second one is about Matt Ryan, and it's really about the offensive line. He's been sacked 24 times this year already. You know, if they can't hold up, it's going to be a long day for the Falcons, and he got one early already today.
And the handoff to C.J. Spiller, and not much there, and you can expect the Bills to run. So E.J. Manuel, who missed 2 games of preseason, he had knee problems. Those are his numbers. Missed 4 games after starting 5, and this is his 3rd start today. So he has been hurt for a rookie, but has played well.
He's an impressive guy, impressive kid. You know, his numbers are what they are. He hadn't had a lot of practice time this year. I expect really good things out of E.J. Manuel.
2nd down and 8. And here is Spiller finding room up the middle. And Spiller still going to the 40. And he's going to go all the way. And no, he's tackled at the 5-yard line. Desmond Trufant caught up to him. Looked like he had it gone, and instead it's a 77-yard running play down to the 6.
Not many guys are going to run down C.J. Spiller, but watch him make these guys miss. Atlanta, guys all around them, but just missed tackle C.J. Spiller. I tell you what, though, Dick, this is a great hustle play by a rookie corner here. Desmond Trufant, who will be one of our impact players here in a minute. He's had a great rookie campaign. That is a positive play for Atlanta, even though he just got gashed by C.J. Spiller.
Fred Jackson is coming in now, the 1-2 punch, and Jackson dives forward to the 3-yard line, where Jonathan Babineau making the tackle. So a good 1-2 punch for the Bills at running back.
Yeah, one of the few teams, 3 teams in the NFL that has 2 runners over 500 yards, and you see why they are so explosive. CJ's the home run hitter, and Fred Jackson is the workhorse for this team.
And a penalty flag. Doug Legursky, the left guard.
Neutral zone infraction, number 91, defense. Half the distance to the goal, still 2nd down.
So it's on Corey Peters of the Falcons. Impact players when Buffalo has the ball.
Yeah, C.J. Spiller may be the home run
Number
hitter.
68
just
is reporting as eligible. 68 is eligible.
But Fred Jackson, I think, bats 1,000 for these Bills. He leads them in rushing. He's 3rd in receiving. Stevie Johnson, who's been hurt, is back. And he's got to be a #1 receiver for E.J. today. Desmond Trufant, who we just talked about.
And here is Manuel. E.J. Manuel is going to try to dive to the pylon. And they're going to rule that he was out of bounds inside the 1, chased by William Moore, who was there. And so it'll be 3rd down and goal.
I don't know if he got in here. He stretched. Ball at the pylon. Did he step?
Looked like he hit the pylon before he actually hit out of bounds.
I think Doug Marrone's going to challenge here, and he should. To me, it didn't look like he stepped out of bounds.
So here is the challenge here, and see what happens with the Bills, who have struggled in goal-to-go situations. Walt Anderson, the referee this afternoon, and Doug Marrone challenges the ruling on the field that Manuel was stopped short of the goal line.
This game is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com.
And we're back here in Toronto, where Doug Marrone of the Bills has challenged the ruling on the field. Here's Walt Anderson.
After reviewing the play, the quarterback extended the ball and touched the pylon before he was out of bounds. It's a touchdown.
And that was clear.
Charged with a timeout. Please reset the game clock to 10:54. 10:54.
And that was the first successful challenge for Marrone this year.
Yeah, E.J. Manuel has the ball clearly in his possession, touches the pylon. There's no indication that he's out of bounds. Definite right call on the challenge. Touchdown, E.J. Manuel. He knew. He looked up at the board right afterwards, and he saw this was going to be a touchdown.
So Marrone now 1 for 5 in challenges, and the touchdown for E.J. Manuel, but the big run was C.J. Spiller with a career-long 77-yard jaunt. The extra point by Dan Carpenter is good, and the Bills lead it 7-0. So E.J. Manuel had a hunch, a good hunch, touchdown all the way, and the Bills take the early lead.
Today's game is sponsored by Bud Light, official beer sponsor of the NFL.
Bills take the lead here in Toronto 7-0 on the longest non-scoring run in Buffalo Bills history. When you consider the likes of O.J. Simpson, Thurman Thomas, and some of the great running backs they've had, Rondé, that's quite an accomplishment.
Yeah, like I said during the call there, you don't expect C.J. Spiller to get caught. He's probably one of the fastest guys in the league.
Well, I gave it to him, but Manuel will take the touchdown, and this kickoff, and Jacquizz Rodgers will down it in the end zone. So Atlanta brought it back to the 50 on a end around on the first kickoff return, and then Matt Ryan was sacked on third down. Bills got it back and scored in under 2 minutes. Well, the last 2 weeks, a huge story, Rondé, for the pass rush. How good Buffalo and Atlanta have been in different areas.
Yeah, the sacks and the pressures speak for themselves. Buffalo especially, where they have so many guys on this front 5 guys here that are having great years this year.
Hand off to Steven Jackson, and Jackson picks up 4 yards on first down.
See Steven Jackson getting a carry here early in this game. For Atlanta, so much pressure has been on Matt Ryan throwing the football. I think that's why his interception numbers are up. You know, where they rank in rushing offense this year has been really bad. They've had some inconsistency across the front 4. Steven Jackson has been hurt. They need to get a ground game going today.
Ryan has been intercepted 12 times. Second down and 6. Here's Jackson, and he's dragged down by Marcel Darius, the defensive tackle. You're looking at a Bills defense, Rondé, and I think you'll agree, playmakers galore.
Absolutely. Darius over here, we mentioned this matchup right here between Howley and Darius. He just whips right past him. You know, when you get your head down as a center, you don't get your hands on the nose tackle there, Darius, you're going to have a lot of action in the backfield. It's what Buffalo's been really good at this entire season.
Now I know why Joe Hawley was one of the impact people.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be a matchup problem. It showed itself early already.
They're down to 9. Here comes the pressure again on Ryan, and Ryan is down again, and this mismatch making its presence known early. Jerry Hughes, who has 6 sacks, coming off the bench as a pass rusher, the former Colt, in a loss of 7.
You know, in our meetings, a lot of people are, you know, Matt Ryan, the offensive coordinator Cutter, and Mike Smith mentioned Jerry Hughes. Like I said, a lot of these Buffalo Bills are having career years. Jerry Hughes, in his first year here from Indianapolis, is one of those guys.
So Matt Bozier will be kicking from the end zone, and Leotis McKelvin looking for good field position for the Bills. He has it at the 38, bobbled it at first, and will finally go down at the 37-yard line. So we saw what the Bills defense has done early, and how about that offense with E.J. Manuel already scoring and Spiller with a 77-yard run. 7-0 Buffalo when we come back.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Ford. Only Ford gives you EcoBoost fuel economy and a whole lot more. By Nationwide Insurance. Nationwide is on your side. And by Forza Motorsports 5, exclusively on Xbox One.
Buffalo Bills will start from the 37-yard line, and going back to school is Matt Ryan and company. Look at the total yards, 84 to -5 at this point. And for E.J. Manuel, by the way, that was his first rushing touchdown of his career. Came in the 4th leading rusher on the team. Fred Jackson, the running back, and this pass incomplete. Not sure where they wanted to go on that one. Pressure by Sean Weatherspoon, and Manuel is down. Penalty marker.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 56, defense, using the crown of helmet to the body of the quarterback. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Sean Weatherspoon called for roughing the passer.
Wow, he took some kind of hit right here. You see Sean Weatherspoon up here, his weak side linebacker, coming on a blitz all the way, and E.J. Manuel gets rid of this ball, and yeah, the crown of his helmet hits him right in the gut. I'm sure E.J. just got the wind knocked out of him here. But it's been emphasized this year, this crown of the helmet rule. It's really hard to see what Weatherspoon could have done differently there, but whenever the crown of your helmet hits in the body of any other player, it is going to be a flag.
Saw Thad Lewis, who started 3 games warming up. And, you know, the Buffalo Bills have used 3 different quarterbacks, including Jeff Toole, who is inactive today. And remember, their first quarterback that they had planned to go with was Kevin Cobb before E.J. Manuel won the job. E.J. Manuel looks like he's all right, getting set to come back, and Weatherspoon called for the penalty by leading with his helmet. So Thad Lewis handing off to Fred Jackson, and a good game by Jackson there in Atlanta territory to the 41-yard line. And a gain of 7, and E.J. Manuel had to leave for one play, comes back in.
Yeah, I think he just got the wind knocked out of him. The blow with the crown of the helmet and then driving forcefully to the ground. That's not a very comfortable feeling.
Second down and 3. Here's Jackson again. He'll be stopped short by 1.5 yards thanks to O.C. Umenyiora. So it'll be 3rd down and short. The crown of the helmet, the key thing that the emphasis has been put on.
Yeah, not necessarily where you hit on the body, but that he led with the crown of the helmet, and it was obvious that he did. Again, even if you don't do it maliciously, and I don't think Weatherspoon was trying to make a malicious hit there on E.J., crown of the helmet hit him first.
3rd down and 1. Manuel completes the pass to Stevie Johnson. He'll get the 1st down and be ridden out of bounds by Robert McLean. So a gain of 15 yards, and the Bills, who lead 7-0, are threatening again.
Stevie Johnson in the slot there, working on McLean. He got a little pick underneath. E.J. Manuel taking the time, finding his #1 receiver. That connection is one a lot of Bills fans are looking forward to.
24-yard line, and C.J. Spiller, who returns to the game, picks up a couple. Paul Warlow making the tackle, and what a tackling machine he has been, the rookie from Delaware, the middle linebacker, and a fixture down.
He absolutely has. For an undrafted guy, he went 3 weeks in a row where he had 19, 19, and 16 tackles. That is just unheard of. He was one of our impact players. We didn't get to him earlier, but this guy has been a stud for the Falcons defense.
2nd down at 7, Spiller, and trying to get to the 1st down yardage, is held up a couple of yards shy, maybe 1.5 yards. Warlow and Umenyiora combined. And a gain of 3 yards for Spiller, who goes out. Spiller has not been 100%. He's had a high ankle sprain, first suffered against the Ravens on September 29th, not having anywhere near the year he had last year. So it's 3rd down and 1. Manuel completes to Stevie Johnson to the 10. McLean right on him. But it'll be a 1st down for the Bills.
Falcons get into man-to-man coverage. Stevie Johnson, look at that move. Sticks to the outside. McLean has no chance to stick with him. Throw is on time and immediate. 1st down for the Bills.
Stevie Johnson back in action. Here's Fred Jackson, and he picks up 1 yard. Stevie Johnson and Robert Woods. Woods inactive the last 2. Johnson didn't play against the Jets. Both back in what is a pretty solid core of wide receivers.
I'll say with T.J. Graham and Marquise Goodwin, also young guys. You know, Marcus Easley, who plays a lot on special teams. They have a full complement of receivers. They use them all very effectively.
2nd down and goal. Manuel. And he'll slide. Wasn't going to attempt to pass. Flag is down. Going against his body. And a penalty with 5:25 to go.
Holding, number 27, defense. Half the distance to the goal from the end of the run. Automatic 1st down.
Robert McLean was holding, so it'll be a 1st down, half the distance. Bills have spent a good deal of this 1st quarter right in the shadow of Atlanta's goal line.
So far in this game, Robert McLean right here is having a tough time on Stevie Johnson. Stevie Johnson getting the lineup in the slot. You see that just mauls him. You know, Johnson trying to run that quick out. McLean's got his hands all over him. He goes to the ground. It's a pretty simple flag for that line judge to throw.
And 1st and goal. And a timeout called by the Bills, already leading 7-0. 1st and goal again. That's Nathaniel Hackett, the offensive coordinator, down on the field, not upstairs for the 2nd straight game. And the Bills moving smartly for the second straight game.
Yeah, Nate, I was talking to him down on the field. I asked him why he was down there, and he said to bring the energy up. You know, they had a couple of games where they were really lackluster. He is a ball full of energy, and he's...
First and goal, Fred Jackson straight ahead, pulling his way to the goal line. And touchdown, got over. Fred Jackson. They waited until his momentum was stopped, and it wasn't. He got in for a 4-yard touchdown. So Fred Jackson, like C.J. Spiller, a couple of 500-yard rushers thus far for a strong running team in Buffalo, goes in.
Yeah, look at the offensive linemen here. You see Wood, Glenn, Urbick, all pushing, pulling. Fred Jackson got in the end zone here, but he didn't do it by himself. Look at, he's well short of the line there and just keeps on working, falls in for the touchdown.
So it's 13-0, and Dan Carpenter looking to add the 14th point with still 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Bills in the playoff hunt, no question about it, and looking to go to 5-7. And Carpenter gives the Bills a 14-0 lead. E.J. Manuel getting it done. Was knocked out for one play, and the Bills take a 2-touchdown lead early. We've been talking about the AFC wildcard race, and it's a wild race as far as the teams in the fight for it right now. This is updated right now. You see the Bills at 4-7, but only one game back in that all-important loss column to the likes of Baltimore. Miami wins a big one against the Jets, who dropped to 5-7. So Doug Marrone's team very much in the thick of things. And right now for the Atlanta Falcons, Rondé, down early. You talk about having the pride, confidence, and all of that. You're down 14-0. Still 5 to go in the first quarter. This could be an issue here.
Yeah, we got to watch Atlanta's body language here on the sideline. Make sure they don't get into that here we go again mentality. They all talked about it this week.
Jacquizz Rodgers returning, lost his footing, nearly went down, and gets a return close to the 20-yard line. So it'll be interesting to see how the Lions react, because Atlanta's offensive line has not protected Matt Ryan. And their defense has put no pass rush on E.J. Manuel. So that is a factor we knew coming in, and we'll see how Ryan reacts here.
Our burning question for this Atlanta Falcons team was, can we keep Matt Ryan upright? So far they haven't with the 2 early sacks. Haven't got anything going on offense. You know, down 14-0, Dick. This is a time, you know, where these Harry Douglas, Tony Gonzalez, Jacquizz Rodgers in there now. Got to step up and make a play for this offense.
Gonzalez in motion to the right. Now in the slot. And Ryan completes it to Tony Gonzalez and reaches across for the first down. A gain of 11 yards, and Aaron Williams, the strong safety, couldn't prevent Tony Gonzalez from getting the first down here.
Over the course of his career, nobody's been able to stop him from getting these type of plays. Look at that, 1,301 career reception. That is impossibly impressive for a tight end. Those are wide receiver type numbers. He's done it magnificently over his 17-year career.
Jacquizz Rodgers now in the backfield. I know you played against Tony Gonzalez so many times, so you know what it's like. Here's play action for Matt Ryan, and Ryan's pass caught by Roddy White, just shy of midfield and knocked out of bounds. And a flag is down. A gain of 19 yards.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 94 defense. Contact to the quarterback's head. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
So Mario Williams called for roughing the passer. Each team has been guilty of that once so far.
See Roddy White coming in motion to the other side. Roddy's had a down year. He's only got 20 receptions on the season, but he's a reliable guy. His injuries are healed. You see him breaking off Aaron Williams right there to get to the sideline. And here's the hit on Matt Ryan. Really just kind of coming to the scrum. That's suspect their call, if you ask me, but...
And I'm asking you. 36
well, I'm telling you that it was.
Rodgers is knocked back for a loss thanks to Manny Lawson. So Lawson, with his second impressive play, has a sack and a loss of 2 for Ryan right there.
Again, more confusion. You see Manny Lawson over here, just runs in here untouched to make this tackle.
That's twice Lawson has come in untouched, so it'll be second down and 12. Back to the 38.
Hey, keep the list, keep the list, keep the list. Hey, express.
Let's see what Express is. Ryan gets time and completes the pass to Harry Douglas, who holds onto the ball despite the fact that it was attempted to be jarred loose. Kiko Alonso makes the play as the Falcons get 11.
Express, I think, is you'll see both guys coming in either side of the screen. Sets up a natural pick here. Harry Douglas, who we mentioned earlier, was the leading receiver on this team. Good catch. You know, he is not a #1 receiver now. He's been a #3 his entire career. He's been very much a role player. But forced into the #1 role, he's had an outstanding season.
No question about it. Caught 9 last week, so it's 3rd down and 1. And here is Jackson. Jackson through the middle and will score. And I have to say it was a touchdown the Falcons needed badly.
Absolutely. We talked about them matching the energy of Buffalo, not getting in that here we go again mentality because they're down 14. Steven Jackson, who has really not been the guy they expected because of injury this year. 27-yard touchdown there. Get them within 1 score.
Only his 3rd touchdown of the season. Not had a 100-yard game. But gives the Falcons a much-needed boost. And now Matt Bryant is on for the extra point. Falcons coming back after giving up 2 touchdowns, and it's now 14-7 on a gleeful Atlanta Falcons sideline.
It's Steven Jackson over here going behind Justin Blaylock. Larry Holmes there crashing down on tackling in there. Easy, untouched touchdown for Steven Jackson. You'll see it better here. Just look how wide this hole is. Kiko Alonso a little late to get over the top to make that play.
5 plays, 81 yards, and Matt Ryan was 3 for 3 for 41 yards on that drive, and it looked like the Falcons decided they were having enough of getting sacked, and they went to work, and that's the result.
Well, you know, Matt Ryan, you know, he's one of those guys. He's top-tier quarterback in this league, and even through a down season, I don't expect him to fold his 10. He's going to find a way to rally his team. And he even talked about being a leader in tough situations. They're definitely in a tough situation with their record. But don't expect him to give up at all this rest of these 5 games of the year.
Marquise Goodwin is back. Steven Jackson, who was with the Rams, a lot of losing years, was hoping to get to pay dirt, playoffs, maybe a Super Bowl with the Falcons, and that hasn't worked out for him. And the Bills will take it out on the 20-yard line. Well, Saturday, it's the Big Ten Championship on Fox as 3rd-ranked Ohio State takes on 11th-ranked Michigan State to see which team will earn an automatic bid to a BCS bowl game. Our coverage of the Big Ten Championship begins Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, only on Fox. How about that Ohio State victory over Michigan? The 2-point conversion fizzled.
One of those games. Rivalry games. There were some good finishes yesterday.
Yes, there were. What a banner day for college football.
Of course, we're up here in Toronto. We were watching a lot of hockey as well.
We're an all-sport group. Here is C.J. Spiller. And Spiller with a good 1st down yardage. He gets 9 yards. I tell you, Jackson and Spiller, play doesn't end when they're hit by a Falcon defender.
It was interesting talking to Coach Marone earlier this week when he was talking about C.J. Spiller, and in the comment, Nate Hackett said he was going to run up to his wheels fell off. Well, he said, don't stand by Nate's comment. We have 2 good backs. They're both going to get touches. They've both been effective so far today.
As you see, one of 3 teams with a pair of 500-yard rushers, and here is Jackson. He'll get the 1st down. Spiller with 5 carries, 97 yards, and Jackson with a touchdown. So the running game is working impressively for the Bills, and E.J. Manuel, the other member of the backfield, has scored a touchdown himself.
Yeah, you know, it's important for E.J. Manuel to have this running game. He's only attempted 2 passes so far. It's a benefit. You know, when you have 2 guys control the tempo and the clock, makes a rookie quarterback's job a whole lot easier.
1st down from the 34, bobbling, and then covering up is Manuel. Low snap from the center, Eric Wood, and not taking any chances. Manuel covered up, will take the 5-yard loss.
E.J. Manuel's looking up. He was ready to hand this ball off before he secured the snap.
Not a bad snap.
Not at all.
2nd and 15. Back to the 28. Manuel's pass, and it's caught by Robert Woods and hit by Asante Samuel. So Woods back in action. 2nd round draft pick out of USC has been bothered by a sprained ankle. First time in 3 games he's back in action. 3rd and 9.
Another one of these impressive rookies for Buffalo. Robert Woods out of USC. Comes in, he's very mature for a young guy. Easy to count on him. 3rd down and 9. Here comes pressure from the secondary up the middle, and breaking up the pass impressively is the rookie Trufant on the pass intended for Goodwin. So 4th down, and the Falcons defense holds. Trufant over here. Rookie out of Washington. You'll see Marquise Goodwin come out of his break here and fall down, and really the reaction there by Desmond Trufant, getting that plant foot in the ground, driving, almost with an opportunity to make an interception there. So we've seen the Falcons awaken offensively and here defensively. Brian Morgan will be picking, and Robert McLean returning from the 21. And McLean brings it out past the 30-yard line with 9 seconds and a flag down. 9 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
During the return, illegal block in the back, number 52, receiving team. 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
That's against Keen Dent of Atlanta. Well, this Thanksgiving weekend, whether you're a parent, teacher, student, or fan, there's a great way for you to hop on the NFL Play 60 bus. To join the movement that has helped millions of children get active and healthy, visit NFLrush.com/Play60. 2007, the NFL launched NFL Play 60, has committed more than $250 million, encouraging young fans to be active at least 60 minutes a day. And today the Bills recognized 14 students from Lawrence Heights Middle School here in Toronto as part of the Play 60 initiative in partnership with the Rogers Youth Fund. Antone Smith in the game and running back, and lined up in the slot to the left. 9 seconds remaining in the first quarter, and the pass to Roddy White is caught shy of the 1st down. And that will do it for the first quarter. With the score, the Bills 14 and the Falcons 7. And Fox NFL Sunday will return after these messages and a word from your local Fox station. We're back, and movement up front for the Atlanta Falcons offensive line. Start of the second quarter, 2nd down and 2. Steven Jackson, and will get the 1st down. So you saw that Jeremy Trueblood, the right tackle, out of the game. Lamar Holmes moved from left to right tackle, and Ryan Schrader from Valdosta State now at left tackle. No surprise, the Falcons looking at some young people. Yeah, you know, the coach told us that they were going to get a chance to look at some of their young players in this game. You're sitting at 2-9. You might as well find out who your Atlanta Falcons are going to be next year. They've had some struggles across the offensive line, so why not give Schrader a look? 1st down at the 35. Here's Jackson again. Jackson off to a good start, gets to the 41, picking up 6.
Some of the things that Steven Jackson's been able to do effectively his whole career, you just saw right there. You know, for a guy that's 245 pounds or whatever his weight is these days, be able to move in the hole like that, make those jump cuts. That's why he's sitting at 10,000 plus yards already.
2nd down and 4. Jacquizz Rodgers at running back, and Levine Toilolo has come in at tight end, rookie from Stanford. On 2nd and 4, here's Rodgers straight ahead, and he's tackled quickly by Alan Ranch. So you're down 14-0. You get a touchdown back, play good defense. What's the body language like for the Falcons down there, Chris?
Hey, Dick, well, you and Rondé brought up that here we go again body language, and they were seeing that after that 14-0 slide. But after that Steven Jackson touchdown, it really energized them. He went up to every single person in his offensive line, gave him a fist pound, and has really energized this sideline.
Thank you, Chris. That's what a touchdown and a stop will do. So it's 3rd down and 2. Jason Snelling, the veteran, is in for the first time. He's number 44 to the right of Ryan. 3rd and 2. Ryan lofts it, and it's nearly picked off. Roddy White, and it was Leotis McKelvin who had a better chance at it than Roddy White. So it's 4th down, and the punting unit comes on.
And watch this. You know, Leotis McKelvin here, press man with Roddy White, but we saw some issues earlier with the Bills wide receiver. This field looks like it's given out on these guys. It's slick. They put some padding under it this year. A lot of guys who complained about it in the past, they don't look very comfortable running on it right there.
That was the first incompletion thrown by Matt Ryan today. So Matt Bozier will be kicking away. Leotis McKelvin back for the Bills. McKelvin on the 15. Right ahead, has some running room. And brings it out past the 30. 42-yard kick, and the long snapper Josh Harris makes the tackle on McKelvin after the 17-yard punt return. Back to the beautiful city of Toronto in just a moment.
Today's game is sponsored by the all-new 2014 Chevy Silverado. Strong for all the roads ahead. By Sprint. And by Miller Lite. It's not just a good time, it's Miller time.
Bills and the Falcons playing here in Toronto, the annual game of which the Bills have dropped 4 out of 5 previous appearances. First down on the 32. E.J. Manuel getting rushed and dumps it off to C.J. Spiller. And Spiller picks up about 7 yards as we check in again with Chris Button.
There's been a lot of complaints in the past that the turf here was too tough. So the stadium officials and the NFL agreed, and they put in last week this 1-inch padding underneath the entire field. You can kind of see it here. And this is exactly what it is. And I talked to Stevie Johnson yesterday, and he said, I'm glad that we came out here and did a walkthrough because you really notice a difference. We agreed it's almost like walking on a gymnastics turf.
First down for C.J. Spiller. Looks like something you can hang on your wall. A little mosaic there that Chris was holding on to. And a 3-yard gain and a first down for the Bills, who now have gone over 100 yards. They have 124 yards rushing, Rondé, after failing to get to 100 in their previous 2.
Yeah, that 77-yard run by C.J. certainly helped early in the game, but they're going to be committed to it. And there's no reason they can't try to run on this Atlanta Falcons defense. They're 28th in the league against the rush. You might as well go with what's working.
Pass out in the flat to the tight end, Scott Chandler, his first grab of the game, and he'll have another Buffalo first down into Falcon territory at the 46. Massaquoi making the tackle, the defensive end for Atlanta, gain of 10.
Real quick decision here by E.J. Manuel. See Chandler up there, just to the flat. He's got a defensive end cover him. He recognized it, let out of his hands. 8-yard pickup, first down for the Bills.
2 wide receivers are Johnson and Woods, and this is the handoff to Jackson going wide to the right. And he goes out of bounds, picking up about 5. Early here in the second quarter, the Buffalo Bills, who have not won 2 in a row all season long, trying to do that today, send the Falcons to their 6th straight loss. Dick Stockton, Rondé Barber, Chris Button with you here indoors in Toronto.
This is an important game for the Bills. It kind of lets you know where they are as a team, the franchise right now. Playing against a team that's down. They're coming off a bye week and a big win. They need a strong performance today, I think.
E.J. Manuel has time, and the pass incomplete to Stevie Johnson. Stevie Johnson, who inactive against New Orleans, has been frustrated this year, not having the same kind of year. He went over 1,000 receiving yards 3 straight years, but he's had a lot of quarterbacks to deal with.
I was going to say, when you're dealing with 3 quarterbacks, really 4 if you count Kevin Cobb in the preseason, it's just hard to get in rhythm. You got to deal with the bumps and bruises of a rookie quarterback, and he's going through that. He's still an effective guy, though. Don't let these numbers fool you.
3rd and 5 on the slant. First down catch by Stevie Johnson. So we're not fooled by his numbers.
No, as long as he's lined up against McClain there in the slot, this man-to-man. Atlanta keeps falling into man-to-man. McClain playing off this time as opposed to on the line of scrimmage, and Stevie Johnson just takes what he's given. Little three-step, five-yard route. Easy pitch and catch from the quarterback to the receiver, keeping those chains moving for Buffalo.
Manuel is 6 of 8 for 50 yards. The 35, but delayed Red Jackson going to the outside, and he does a good job against Yura before he's pushed out of bounds by Warlow, but gets 3.
Man, that was an impressive little run right there. Osi Umenyiora has been in this game a long time. I don't know how many stiff arms he's seen like this. Give it to him 2, 3 times and then put him on the ground, Fred. I like it. Some tough running. Fred Jackson, he is the workhorse of this Bills offense. 2nd and 7 to Shard Joyce. Joyce from Hampton, Georgia is checking in on 2nd and 7. Pass caught by Frank Summers, the fullback. You don't see a lot of fullbacks anymore in the National League, but Summers, making his presence felt, scored a touchdown in the last game he played. He is a true fullback. Listen to this right now. People want to know what it's like to be in the NFL? That's it. 245-pound, 5'9" fullback taking on a corner. It's a little rough sometimes.
9-yard pickup. And they move it to a first down. Being chased that time. And the pass. And out of bounds was Spiller. And good pressure put on that time by Jonathan Babineau. Manuel doing a good job getting away, and Spiller just had a foot out of bounds.
Yeah, he's just not paying attention when he gets on the sideline here. E.J. Manuel showing some of that athleticism, the elusiveness. Same elusiveness we saw when he scored his touchdown earlier in the game. C.J. Spiller just got to be a little bit more cognizant of where he is on the sideline there.
2nd down and 10. Spiller changes direction. Still going, and nearly gets another first down. Stop about a yard short. Umenyiora will get credit for the play, and after a miss by Asante Samuel, allowed Spiller to get close, so he gets 9. What he's done so far, 110 yards on 7 rushes, of course 77 on 1 jaunt, and now shaken up as he goes to the sideline.
Yeah, looks a little banged up. You know, you mentioned he had that sprained ankle, probably the same one.
Quarterback sneak. First down. Or close to it. They mark it. Remember, the yellow line is unofficial. Big concern right now would be Spiller. They're going to measure to see whether E.J. Manuel got the first down. So he's been fighting that injury all year.
I had a high ankle sprain early in my career, and I also tried to play through it. And you know, there's a certain amount of toughness you got to have to play in this league. That injury, specifically that injury, that ankle sprain, lasts forever. I don't care how much time you take off. One little tweak, and it feels like it's right back to the beginning.
It's like a plantar fasciitis. It's one of those nagging things that don't go away, even though it's a different kind of injury.
Certainly is. Same thing. Go back and look at this. You see him cut this, wind this back, wind it all the way back, stick his foot into the ground. And William Moore, maybe he got hanging on it, but again, it's just one little tweak here or there, and it just feels like that injury starts all over again.
First down at the 13. They spread out the offense, and here is E.J. Manuel. Fires into the end zone and too far for T.J. Graham. Good coverage, though, for the Falcons. Trufant covering on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10.
We got a quarterback like this, a guy that can extend plays, be real athletic and move around in the pocket. It makes it so difficult to be a defensive back. See Trufant there trying to stick with Robert Wood, or stick with T.J. Graham. And you cover him for 5 seconds. That's about as hard as it gets.
Tashard Choice is in the game now, and here is Choice. Not much. Weatherspoon first to get to him. So it'll be 3rd down for the Bills. Red zone has been a problem for the Buffalo Bills all season long. They haven't been able to finish drives. The passing hasn't been that good, near the bottom of the league, but their running, as you talked about, has been amongst the top 10.
Yeah, this is the problem that both of these teams share. Being able to move the ball, but then getting in the red zone and not being able to capitalize.
3rd down and 9. Manuel trying to find a receiver and incomplete. And it was McClain covering Stevie Johnson. Nothing doing. That was good coverage for Atlanta's defense. And the field goal team comes on for the Bills.
Good job by this Atlanta defense, buckling up down here in the red zone, allowing this field goal attempt. You know, again, we talked a few drives ago about getting that mentality. Here we go again. That shows something to me right there. This defense finding a way to force a field goal opportunity here.
Mike Smith's team doing the job defensively, so Dan Carpenter will try a 29-yarder. And he's perfect. 23 of 25 this year for Dan Carpenter, the former Dolphin. So holding the Bills to 3, it makes it 17-7 Buffalo. Back here in Toronto, where the Bills, instead of playing outdoors in rainy, chilly weather in Buffalo, although when we started it was 39 degrees, it would have been a lot colder than that for the 1st of December. And leading now 17-7 indoors is Carpenter, who just connected on a field goal, kicking off to Jacquizz Rodgers. And picked up by the short man, Patrick DeMarco. And DeMarco bringing it out. So the Queen City, they call it here in Toronto. What a beautiful city it is indeed. The scene of today's game.
Today's game is sponsored by the all-new 2014 Chevy Silverado, strong for all the roads ahead.
Well, this week, Bills players and their families, as well as Bills staff and volunteers from the United Way, helped hand-deliver meals to families in the Buffalo area during the Bills' annual Thanksgiving Blitz. Falcons at the 29-yard line, trailing by 10. Matt Ryan up the middle, and unable to make the play was Darius Johnson. So time for a game break. Let's check in with Kurt Menefee.
Minnesota goes to overtime 2nd straight week, but this time they win it. Blair Walsh, 34-yard game winner. They knock off the Bears 23-20 in OT. Dick and Rondé.
All right, thank you very much, Kurt. And the tension tightens here. After today, 4 more weeks in the regular season, 2nd down and 10. Here's Matt Ryan, and it's caught. Good catch by Levine Toilolo, the Stanford rookie, timing his leap and gets 12 and a 1st down.
It's a nice route combination by Atlanta here. Had both tight ends lined up at the bottom of the field. Tony Gonzalez was split out wide. Motion him down, little pick route, little pinch by Toilolo.
You know, they are going to have to get a guy to succeed. Tony Gonzalez, who's hiring.
He's big enough. Showing that catch over Stephon Gilmore.
1st down. And here's Steven Jackson. And Jackson powers his way to the 45-yard line. Well, the Atlanta Falcons have been a passing team. They have attempted at least 40 passes this year. It's been a passing team. They've been rushing only 30%, lowest in the NFL, but so far today, Rondé, they've been very balanced.
Yeah, they haven't had the push up front to run the ball effectively. They've been 39, but they were 6th in the league coming in passing yards. It's because of that play selection. Put on a lot of on the plate of Matt Ryan.
Dirk Cutter, the offensive coordinator, who's upstairs for them. On 2nd down and 6, here's Ryan, who's going to flip it out to Darius Johnson. And Johnson is curtailed by Leotis McKelvin. He'll be about 3 yards shy of the 1st down.
It's a really unique play here by Atlanta. You'll see Johnson come in and almost look like he's going to run a reverse, but then he'll pivot back. It's a really heads-up play by Leotis McKelvin. You'll see him right here recognizing this. holding it to just a short gain. That could have been a really explosive play. And it's one thing that's been lacking from this Atlanta offense is explosive plays. They were looking to get one there, but Buffalo sniffed it out.
Sure did, and it's 3rd down and 3. Let's see if the Bills can stop the Falcons, who are 1 for 4 on 3rd down conversions. Ryan lost this, and it's caught. A flag is down, and Roddy White makes the catch. Jarris Byrd makes the tackle, but there's a penalty back at the 43.
Illegal hands. Hands to the face. Number 95, defense. That penalty is declined. Result of the play is a completed pass for a 1st down.
Kyle
Williams down in here. Working against the right guard. Oh, yeah, he gets his hands way up in his face mask of Jeremy Trueblood. Just tack on those yards to the end of that play by Roddy White.
Antone Smith now is the tailback, and in Buffalo territory is Matt Ryan as he flips to Smith. Antone Smith straight ahead, and Antone Smith will score. Already figuring in an end around on the opening kickoff to get to midfield. And Smith goes 38 yards to score thanks to a terrific block by the left tackle, Lamar Holmes.
He said that these Atlanta Falcons couldn't run the ball. Look, they got exactly what they want. Man-to-man defenses, guys all matched up. And when you get man-to-man on defense and you get a crack toss, which it was, Roddy White cracked on the DN, you only need one block on the edge, and he got it. And Antone Smith getting an opportunity today, like some of these other young guys, to shine, scores a touchdown.
Had a 50-yard touchdown run at Tampa Bay in his 4th year, originally an undrafted rookie with the Detroit Lions. Matt Bryant looking to bring the Falcons to within 3, and he does with just under 5 minutes to go in the 1st half. Here's the run by Smith, and the Falcons, who are down 14-0 at one point, now down by 3, and the Bills have to be a little distraught right now on the defensive side. 4:49 to go in the 1st half, and it's 17-14. C.J. Spiller, who kind of limped off the field the last time and has been nursing the high ankle sprain. We'll get a report momentarily. Matt Bosher will be kicking off to Marquise Goodwin. So the Buffalo Bills took a 14-0 lead, but the Atlanta Falcons have come back on both sides of the ball for solid football.
Yeah, no, we mentioned that they didn't need to get in that mentality, and they certainly haven't.
And here's Goodwin on the return. And Goodwin slowed up and advances out past the 25. And so for the update on Spiller's coming back in, here's Chris Button.
C.J. Spiller going back in after coming out and testing that left ankle, so they put a thicker brace on it. He was grimacing a little while running up and down the sidelines, but he's back in there now.
Yeah, you know, that brace, again, it might help, may give him a little bit more stability. The pain's still going to be in that ankle. We'll see how he is when he puts that foot in the ground for the first time, see if he's still feeling the effects of that earlier injury.
On the 28, 1st down. And here's Spiller. That had nothing to do with any ankle problem. The Falcons crashing the middle right there, and it'll be a loss of 2. Paul Warlow was leading the pack, no surprise there. The high ankle sprain, you said you had that before, and you know, that's a nagging kind of thing, huh?
It's one of those injuries, Dick, where it'll be better in 2014. You know, he'll have to play through it. You're able to. I mean, there's medicine, and take a shot or whatever, but it's one of those things you really just have to tough through.
2nd and 12, and here is Spiller, and down he goes, and that was Babineau quickly coming in. So all of a sudden, the offensive line of Atlanta and their defensive line have raised up their games, no question, and a loss here of 3.
Jonathan Babineau just shoots right past Pierce, right through this gap, almost untouched. Nice tackle for loss.
So it'll be 3rd down and 3. Fred Jackson, who has averaged 6.5 yards per carry and scored a touchdown in. 3rd and 15. Emmanuel flips it to Jackson. And he gets hit by Parade Jerry. Well, this Atlanta Falcon team playing inspired football on both sides of the ball. Gain of 1, and the Bills will have to kick.
You can see the energy level on this sideline right in front of us. There's no quitting this football team. You know, they played a tough New Orleans team a couple of weeks ago or last week. Division game. They've had a lot of energy. It showed itself again here in the second quarter so far today.
Robert McLean. Fair catch at the 33. Well, American Idol is looking for the next superstar. Join Jennifer Lopez, Keith Urban, Harry Connick Jr. along with Ryan Seacrest as they search for the best new talent. American Idol's most exciting season yet begins Wednesday, January 15th on Fox. Well, Matt Ryan told us about the confidence aspect, and you can see it in the Falcons' play since the first 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, they've really tried to get back on track. They've been able to do it with the run game, which is important, I think, in this football game. Mixing some guys on the offensive line and in the backfield has been effective. See Tony Gonzalez ISO'd on the top up here.
From the 33, Ryan in trouble. And Douglas was the intended receiver, and he didn't get out of the pocket, but he did have a receiver downfield, and that pressure that time put on by both Kyle and Mario Williams as well as Manny Lawson.
Overloaded here on the left side. Got these 2 big rushers, Mario Williams and Lawson, running through the blocks of Truebred and Kuntz. Steven Jackson couldn't hold up. Forced him to get rid of that ball.
Well, it's been that way for Matt Ryan this year. Second down and 10. And this pass intended for Roddy White, defended by McKelvin. And McKelvin fortunate there because he was not playing the ball. And no contact made, enough for a flag.
You know, Donnie Henderson was talking to me about Leotis McKelvin, his first-round draft pick. Got a lot of talent. You know, a lot of DBs get in that position right there and don't look back for the ball, and it's an easy pass interference call. Leotis, great coverage. He was on top of Roddy the entire time, got his hands to the line of scrimmage. Really good technique, looking back, knocking that ball away.
Maybe at the last second he looked back, and that saved him. So third down and 10. White has caught 3 passes. Pressure on Matt Ryan. And it's caught by Roddy White. And a first down into Buffalo territory. Stephon Gilmore. And thanks to Jason Snelling's block in the backfield, allowing Ryan to get rid of it for 22.
Matt Ryan was going to Roddy White the whole way here on the motion. You see Darius Johnson running the through route. Matt Ryan finds his intended receiver. Gilmore was playing off right there. It was really kind of an easy pitch and catch for him.
45-yard line. Trying to work, lost this one. And intended for Tony Gonzalez. So the 2-minute warning here in Toronto, where the Buffalo Bills have won only 1 of 5, but lead 17-14.
This is a 2-minute warning.
Rondé, Tony Gonzalez has been thrown to twice, only has 1 catch.
1 catch, you know, but he's getting a 2-minute drill. Look for him to be featured now. I've played against this guy many a times. Matt Ryan has a comfort level in him. Definite catches. Look for 88.
Jacquizz Rodgers in at running back, but this will be a flip to Rodgers, and Rodgers gets the first down. Not easy to bring down for the Bills, and a first down at the 34, getting 11 yards. Kiko Alonso, who's lined to be Defensive Rookie of the Year, missed a tackle on this play.
Yeah, watch Tony Gonzalez come underneath there. It's a screen all the way. You see the lineman shoot past those D linemen. Kiko actually makes a good move to get on that tackle, but Jacquizz's legs or lower body are so strong he just runs right through it.
And a first down
again
for Atlanta.
Watch Tony Gonzalez ISO'd up here. It's a good chance he's getting this ball right now.
And Ryan is going up on top, and incomplete for Darius Johnson. And Gilmore was covering on the play. Darius Johnson starting to make an impact for the Falcons. Had 6 catches against New Orleans a week ago on Thursday. Those are Matt Ryan's numbers right now. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Atlanta has all 3 timeouts left.
Atlanta's taking a real methodical approach to this 2-minute. Eat up some clock. Got base defense in the game, or base offense in the game, I'm sorry.
And Steven Jackson in running back in for pass protection for Ryan. Ryan will go down. He backs in to a defender, Jerry Hughes, and that'll be the 2nd sack of the game for the former Colt. Now a minute to go, and the Bills have 2 timeouts remaining.
Tony Gonzalez in the slot right here. You see Matt Ryan drops back. He is definitely looking for Tony here. But DeNorris Searcy and Stephon Gilmore converge on him. He has to pull it down. That could have been an interception going the other way. It allows Jerry Hughes to back in literally to a sack.
And the 13th sack for the Bills. A loss of 6. So 3rd and 16. And a timeout called by the Falcons. Halftime is coming up, and to find out what we have in store, here's Curt Menefee.
Coming up on the Visa Halftime Report, we'll have highlights from all the big games in the NFL, including... Guys, what's going on in the control room?
Camera 1, take 1. Camera 2, take 2. No, make it 3, make it 3.
What camera's his good side?
He don't have a good side. Camera 4.
We'll have the highlights, the Visa Halftime.
You know, everyone thinks it's easy. The guys in the truck, Eric Billigmeyer, our producer, Jeremy Green, our director. You know, I think they have a lot tougher job than we do.
They have a much tougher job than we certainly do, but I don't know what Terry and Jimmy are doing at that desk. That's scary. Yeah, these guys have a tough job too now.
Oh, well,
a lot of credit goes to these guys behind these cameras, making us look good.
What you see is because of them.
Absolutely.
3rd and 16. I don't know what Terry was doing there, but Steven Jackson in the running back, and here's the pass, and it's caught by Roddy White, and the Falcons in field goal range, and it'll be 4th down.
Right before that play, you saw Matt Ryan go to the refs, say we're going to take this down as far as we can. They were playing for a field goal here the whole way. Take it down to a couple of seconds, see if Matt Bryant can come on and kick a game-tying field goal right before the half.
So Matt Bryant. There are seconds left, and the Falcons with 1 timeout remaining, but 5 seconds on the clock.
Interestingly to me, Dick, is the Bills let them do it.
Yep.
Got two timeouts there, kind of settling for this field goal attempt as well.
So Matt Bryant, who's 17 of 19 this year. Mike Smith seeing what it's like on the other side of the tracks after being a winner every year and a strong playoff team, very nearly getting to the playoffs, the Super Bowl last season, struggling through 2-9. But his plan and system remains the same. This will be a 49-yard attempt by Bryant to tie it up. And the kick is good. Matt Bryant ties the game. As time runs out at halftime, we're all tied at 17, and we now go to Curt Menefee in Los Angeles for the Visa Halftime Report, which starts now. With 5 minutes to go in the first quarter, the Bills led 14-0, but the Falcons have fought back and have a tie, 17-17, as we go to the second half. Follow your favorite team all season long. Go to iTunes.com/NFL. Well, there's no question that the Falcons have the Bills' attention, Rondé, and Buffalo gets the ball first. What do we look for?
Yeah, after a quick start on offense for Buffalo, really, it's been the explosiveness on Atlanta that's shown up. You know, in a win 2 weeks ago against the Jets, Nate Hackett was able to get some explosive plays out of his wide receivers. I expect DJ Manuel to target Marquise Goodwin. Stevie Johnson, and all these young, explosive wide receivers here in the second half.
Not a bad idea, and we'll be down there by Goodwin. And they'll take it out on the 20 as we check in with Chris Button.
Well, when I talked to Mike Smith for the Falcons about that 14-0 hole, he said, well, my boys are resilient. Their focus in this second half is going to be stopping that Buffalo run. They gave up 139 yards on the ground. As for Doug Marrone, he told me that he's feeling good about where they are right now. They just need to limit those big plays and come out here and put up some points in this first possession.
All right, Chris, thank you very much. And the Bills will start from the 20-yard line. DJ Manuel on the handoff to C.J. Spiller. Spiller really didn't have the ball secured when he ran. Gets a couple. Let's take a look at the first half statistics.
Pretty even here, Dick. Total yardage only 10 yards apart. The only glaring number there is the 3 sacks on Matt Ryan by this Buffalo Bills defense. That 177-yard run by C.J. Spiller is the difference in the run game, but it really hasn't shown up so far the rest of the game.
2nd and 7. They go underneath to Spiller, and he is tackled immediately by Sean Weatherspoon. So quickly, 3rd and long coming up for the Bills.
Yeah, that was a really nice tackle by Sean Weatherspoon there in space. C.J. Spiller maybe feeling a little bit of effect of that high ankle sprain. Comes off the field now. Fred Jackson back into the game.
3rd down and 7. Falcons looking for the stop. There's no question they've had the momentum since that opening flurry by the Bills. E.J. Manuel stepping up. And the pass incomplete, intended for the tight end, Scott Chandler. Weatherspoon was there to knock it down. So Weatherspoon active in the first series.
That was textbook right there by Weatherspoon. 2 back-to-back really good plays. The open field tackle. He's fired up on the sideline. Didn't look back for that pass. As soon as Scott Chandler stuck his hands out, he knocked it down and forced the 4th down.
Brian Moorman, former Cowboy, kicking to Robert McClain. And a short kick. And McClain at the 39 and gets to the 46. Terrific field position for Matt Ryan. Arthur Moats makes the tackle on the 38-yard punt. So Matt Ryan, 11 of 17 for a $125, ready to lead his team.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. By the new 2014 Dodge Durango. By Kay Jewelers. Every kiss begins with Kay. And by T-Mobile. Unleash.
Well, sometimes you can play a little bit too conservative, and that could stall an offense. Bills may be in the midst of that. Meanwhile, the Falcons starting from the 45. Steven Jackson. Good run up to the 50, and a flag back near the line of scrimmage.
23, offense, 10-yard penalty, still 1st down.
Ryan Schrader, who's lining up as an eligible offensive lineman, is a tight end, number 73, the rookie, coming in there. They've made changes in this Atlanta offensive line with Peter Kahns, the backup center, playing right guard. We saw Trueblood out for a while. Holmes moved to right tackle for an instant, and they're using everybody.
Yeah, Joe Hawley is in just his 3rd start after taking over for Kahns at center.
Antone Smith, who's been dangerous with a 38-yard touchdown run. There he is on the slot to the left on 1st down and 20, and the pass is going to him and knocked out of bounds by Jarris Bird.
Good call there, Dick. You know, he's one of these guys that we're talking about getting some more playing time for the Falcons. Quiz Rogers hasn't been effective in the running game. You know, Steven Jackson's been hurt a lot in his few opportunities. He's been a pretty explosive player.
2nd down and 14. Ryan under pressure, and the pass incomplete. Alan Branch storming in. Alan Branch has played terrifically since Alex Carrington was lost in week 3 with an injury at defensive end, and we have a late flag now. Walt Anderson will tell us what it's about.
Illegal hands to the face, number 24, defense. It's 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So Stephon Gilmore, those defensive penalties, no matter what they are, gives the offensive first down. So they needed 14 yards, and after a short play and the penalty, first down.
And he's got to be driving Mike Pettin crazy on the sideline. These hands to the face, these inexcusable, really, penalties, giving first downs to the Falcons.
From the 46 of Atlanta, Steven Jackson gets about to midfield. We've seen this movie before. They were right here, and then there were penalties and stuff. Take a look at the Atlanta Falcons offensive leaders so far in this game. They've got pretty good balance thus far on the run and the pass. Those are Matt Ryan's numbers. Jackson has a touchdown and 49 yards. Roddy White with a season high 5 catches and a season best 72 yards as well. Ryan Schrader reported as an extra offensive lineman on 2nd down and 6. And here's Jackson, and nothing. Tackled for no gain. Good play in the middle of the line by Branch.
Marcel Darius, nothing going there for Steven Jackson. Just a counter play, tried to wheel it back and went right into the teeth that Buffalo Bills front 4 there.
Branch 6'6", 325 pounds, played for the Seahawks last year. So now it's 3rd and 6 with Jacquizz Rodgers in the backfield.
It's a matchup down here at the bottom of the screen. Darius Johnson versus Stephon Gilmore, isolated one-on-one, and look like they're in man coverage.
And Ryan going the other way, downfield to Roddy White. And White making the catch and beating Leonis McKelvin. A beautiful play by Roddy White, who's having a season's best game. Gets 30 yards, and the Falcons threaten in business here.
You saw these guys fighting earlier on the field. Double move there by Roddy White. Really good position by Leonis McKelvin. But Roddy White now uses his big frames, bigger than a lot of guys give him credit for, to make a play there.
And here is Harry Douglas and the hurry-up offense.
I tell you, Roddy White really looks a lot better to me than he has all year. That ankle injury that he was fighting with in training camp hampered him all season long. He came into this game with only 20 catches, but he has been a tough competitor for as long as I've been playing against him. That's his whole career in Atlanta. Today with those 6 catches, showing that he still has a lot in the tank.
2nd and 4, what's the best way of curtailing him? In a word,
put a really big corner on him.
Okay, we'll do that. 2nd and 4, Steven Jackson back in, and he gets a couple. So you don't want the assignment?
I'll take the assignment any day, but you notice Stephon Gilmore, who is their best cover corner, the guy that they like putting on the line of scrimmage, is following around Harry Douglas today. That's indicative of the production that Harry has had for this team. Not that they're discounting what Roddy White has done, but you got Leonis McKelvin out there sitting at 5'9", 5'10". It's a mismatch for the Atlanta Falcons.
Rodgers at the running back, 3rd down and 3. Remember, Julio Jones lost in the 5th game of the year. That was a big loss. And here is Ryan on the slant to Douglas. Douglas bounces off a defender and scores.
Harry Douglas, all year for this team.
14-yard pass. Harry Douglas picking up the slack. And you talk to the Falcons, maybe he was an understudy, but always had this kind of ability.
Unless you were in the South or playing in the South, saw a lot of Atlanta games, you had no idea who number 83 for the Falcons was. But since these injuries to Julio and Roddy White, he has stepped up, and it's because of this. He is one tough competitor. I actually hated playing against this guy. He cuts you, he do things that a lot of guys would consider dirty, but we know he's a competitor.
And of course, they review all, that's all right, they review all scoring plays, and reviewing this one as well to make sure that Roddy White got into the end zone. If it is a fact, it'll be his, or Douglas that is, his 3rd touchdown of the season, and coming in leading the team in receptions. So they're reviewing it. Did he get over? We'll find out for sure when we come back. Here's the call from Walt Anderson.
After reviewing the play, the runner's knee was down and the ball was at the half-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal Atlanta from the 1/2.
So they reversed the call on the field, which was a touchdown for Douglas.
I tell you what, Dick, this is a shame because he had such good effort. Some of the views we looked at during our break, it was really inconclusive. You can't tell if the ball's over there. But I think this is a good call. His knee is certainly on the ground. The ball's just short. You'll see it right there. Years past, before replay was so prevalent, this is Harry Douglas's 3rd touchdown. You almost hate not to give it to him because of the effort he put in getting into the end zone. It's on the half-yard line, though. Atlanta got a chance to score again.
So it'll go as not a 14-yard touchdown pass, but a 13-yard pass. 1st and goal as the Falcons looking to take the lead for the first time. And here's Steven Jackson, and Jackson doesn't get in. He might have lost a little bit. 2nd and goal.
See the drive up front by the Bills. You know, one of the coaching points down in the goal line is to tackle your runners low.
Gilmore is down. Stephon Gilmore, who's the first one to reach Jackson, writhing in pain, apparently. And they're going to take a break. Starting quarterback for the Bills, hurting. There you see Stephon Gilmore being worked on. Came out of the game on his own power. So it's 2nd down and goal. And falling down is Matt Ryan. And they lose some more. Now it'll be 3rd down and goal outside the 5, closer to the 7 for Atlanta.
Not very often you see a quarterback as accomplished as Matt Ryan have this kind of problem. See the right foot of, may have been Jeremy Trueblood there. Get on his right foot, fall down. Easiest sack of the day for Marcel Darius.
Talked about the offensive line problems. Remember, they lost Sam Baker. That was a big loss on the line. So it's 3rd and goal. Ron Brooks is in the game, number 33, replacing Gilmore. Passing situation for Ryan, and they blow the whistle.
False start, number 76, offense. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
So the Falcons had a 1st and goal inside the 1, and now, after Jackson lost a little bit, Ryan lost a little more than the penalty, and Lamar Holmes, the left tackle, who's the guy who replaced Sam Baker at left tackle, moved from the right side. Now the ball is on the 11, and it's 3rd and goal.
Yeah, give a lot of credit for Gilmore on that tackle of big Steven Jackson. Keep him out of the end zone. Now they got a long 3rd and 11.
3rd down and 11, and Matt Ryan steps up, and the pass is Ron Brooks is there, and a touchdown. Tony Gonzalez covered by Brooks. And this has been the story of the successes of the Atlanta Falcons to go in the red zone, in goal line situations, to the great tight end.
Why would you not look for this guy right here? Man coverage, actually gets a good jam on him, hold him, doing everything you can, but Tony Gonzalez is so big, he's so physical, he has that basketball mentality where all he has to do is box you out. Matt Ryan finds his favorite target. It's a touchdown for the Falcons.
5th touchdown catch of the season for Tony Gonzalez and Matt Ryan with the extra point, and the Falcons, who were down 14-0 early in the 1st quarter with 5 to go, now leading 24-17. Tony Gonzalez playing in his last few games of his NFL career. He can play hoops as well. Catches a big TD pass. Falcons lead, and Tony Gonzalez, who said he had no complaints coming back for a year that he thought was going to be a lot better than this, with his 108th career touchdown, 11-yard catch, and a brilliant career for Tony Gonzalez who's going to hang him up after this season. Decided to come back the last couple of years for hopes of getting to a Super Bowl. The Bills will start out at the 20-yard line. And there's no question he is headed to Canton as he capped a 55-yard touchdown drive. Let's take a look at this sensational career. 10 straight Pro Bowls, and the beat goes on.
Yeah, started out as a Chief. I played against him there. Obviously played against him all his years in the NFC South. Look at these numbers now, Dick, and they do not look like a tight end numbers. I mentioned it earlier. He has numbers up there with the greatest wide receivers that have ever played this game. There is no doubt he will be in Canton and be in Canton in 5 years.
And his basketball moves as a post-up player was made him very successful in goal line situations, but now the Bills trying to respond, and E.J. Manuel completes to C.B. Johnson. And a first down on the first play of this series out to the 35, picking up 15.
Yeah, look for this Bills offense right now to see if they can get this tempo going. Nate Hackett on the sideline, I know, was saying enough for this run game, trying to force it down their throat. We got to get back into this game. We were explosive to begin. Got to see if we can get some explosive plays going right now.
On the 35, not wasting much time, Manuel, and going underneath, and they're going to rule that an incomplete pass to Spiller. We'll never be without football. Get coverage of every NFL game on NFL Mobile. Call ** NFL to download now. You know, Ronnie, I think the Falcons secondary doing such a good job. Manuel wants to go deeper, had to check down.
Yeah, you got all these talented, fast wide receivers out here. You hadn't had an opportunity yet to stretch the field, take the top off that defense.
Pass stretches a little bit more. Scott Chandler, tight end, picked up on waivers from Dallas 3 years ago. Tackled quickly by Warlow, but gets 8. Let's take a look at the Bills' offensive leaders. E.J. Manuel
hasn't been asked to do a lot today. The rushing yards have been there. C.J. Spiller with the long run to begin the game. E.J. Manuel's really just been a manager throwing quick passes. I think in this second half we're going to see him air it out just a little bit more though.
Fred Jackson has scored a touchdown, and this pass just beyond Stevie Johnson. So it's 4th and 2, and once again the Falcons defense does its job.
The ISO right here. Macklin running through that pick. Actually, T.J. Graham probably could have done a little bit better job of interfering with Macklin there, give some more room for Stevie Johnson. That's the design of that play. They overthrow, get to a 4th down. 2 quick series for Buffalo, giving the ball back to Atlanta, who was just on a 10-play drive, eating up a lot of clock.
McClain goes back now, and Norman with the punt. Fair catch at the 17. Well, tonight on Fox Sports Live with Jay and Dan, everything you need to know from Week 13 in the NFL. Plus, what does the BCS look like after yesterday's dramatic events? And we've got the best of the best from the past 7 days in the ones of the week. Well, Movember is past. It's December 1st. So, Jay and Dan, what are they going to look like tonight? And, of course, we're here in Toronto, right?
They will not have those very sweet mustaches that they've been rocking all November. In Toronto, their favorite sons up here.
No question.
Stole them away to come to Fox Sports, Fox Sports 1. They've been great for us. Check them out tonight.
Good steal for Fox. As you look at the breakdown of the yardage, it'll be a first down. Atlanta leading 24-17. Here's Steven Jackson. Tough running today for Jackson, who's averaged over 4.5 yards per carry. Alonso tackles him after picking up 5.
Stephon Gilmore coming back into the game. Ron Brooks jogging off.
There's Gilmore. Talk about secondary. This has been a decimated Bills secondary throughout the year. They've had their injury problems as well.
Yeah, for most of the year, they've been injured or guys been missing. They're full complement now.
2nd and 5, losing the ball, and this could be anyone's football. Wait for the official signal, and it was Kiko Alonso who recovered it.
Defense down by contact, first down.
And so the Bills get it. It's the first turnover of the game.
We wonder if this was
They first said down by contact. Do they mean Ryan or Alonso? I think they meant Alonso.
Had trouble across the offensive line. I mentioned earlier
it's a fumble.
That Howley is playing only his third game as center here. Center quarterback exchange is the biggest part. This should not have been down by contact as we look at this recovery right here. Unfortunately, because the whistle blow, they will not be able to review this. See, Kiko Alonso right here is the one that comes up with the ball. There is no Atlanta Falcon anywhere near him to down that ball. That was a quick whistle. Unfortunately, it's going to cost the Buffalo Bills what would have been a touchdown.
You can't review it in an Arizona-Jacksonville game. There was a muff and a recovery, and you can't review that. But the Bills have the ball and a first down at the 21 of Atlanta. DJ Manuel to Fred Jackson. Jackson still on his feet. Jackson inside the 10, goes over, scores.
Wow, what a move there, Dick, by Fred Jackson.
Missed tackle by the rookie Desmond Trufant, and Fred Jackson scores his second touchdown of the game.
Little screen here, you see the left tackle throw by Osi Umenyiora, gets a block by Legursky, and then, wow, look at that move, putting his foot in the ground. Desmond Trufant comes nowhere near making that tackle. Fred Jackson comes and falls into the end zone for a touchdown. Hey, like I said, he's been the workhorse. He's the leading rusher on this football team. He's third in receptions. He's the guy. When they need a play, he's been showing up all season long.
8 touchdowns compared to 1 for Spiller. And Dan Carpenter looking to tie the game. Didn't take long to take advantage of that turnover, the fumble by Matt Ryan. And the game now is tied at 24 with 6:01 to go in the third. The Buffalo Bills trying to keep their wild card hopes alive at 4-7. Good move by Jackson as he goes in, and a tie game with the Atlanta Falcons. Keep on spinning. Heroes on both sides of the ball. Kiko Alonso on the left, and Fred Jackson, who scored the touchdown. Alonso recovering the fumble. It goes as a sack, so Matt Ryan now sacked 4 times today by Buffalo. Jacquizz Rodgers will run this one out from 3 yards. And dives close to the 20. Well, the key for Atlanta over the years of their success has been the turnover ratio, 4th best for 5 years at +35, 2nd worst this year.
That is an amazing number there. You know, they mentioned earlier they've been able to sustain drives all year. They haven't been able to score, though, when they get in the red zone.
Number 73 is reporting us.
Couple that with a defense that has given up a lot of yards, and they gave up a lot of yards last year as well, Dick, but their turnovers last year kept them in a lot of games, and without them this year, they've been a very, very mediocre football team.
For Fred Jackson, by the way, his first touchdown as a receiver this year. First down.
Spinner, spinner, spinner. Lamar, it's a spinner. Express, express. Let's go.
Matt Ryan, incomplete. Roddy White covered by McKelvin. Kurt Menefee has a game break for us. Here's Kurt.
All right, you've got a tie game, and same story, Denver and Kansas City. Peyton Manning hooking up for the second time today with Eric Decker, 37 yards on that one, and it's all even at 21 in the third quarter, Dick and Rondé.
All right, Kurt, the Chiefs missing some defensive stalwarts, coming in tied with the Broncos for first in the AFC West. Here's Steven Jackson. Nothing doing. The Bills close it down, led by Mario Williams. 1-yard pickup for Jackson, bringing up 3rd and long. 41 sacks for the Buffalo Bills this year. They came into the game 2nd in the league. This is the most they've had through 12 games.
Well, Mike Peck told us yesterday that they have so much talent up here. They could just leave 4 guys to rush. And they've done that a lot this year. Jerry Hughes has 2 sacks on today. He's lined up here at the bottom of the screen, working against Lamar Holmes.
3rd down and 9. Matt Ryan going to take off. And Matt Ryan is going to get a first down and slides at the 40. So the middle was open, and Matt Ryan took advantage of it to the tune of 17 yards.
Got to be smart rushers sometimes when you have only four guys coming. There's nobody adding in. Kiko Alonso fakes like he does, but he has the back out here to the flat, leaves a wide open gap for Matt Ryan. You don't see him do that very often, but when you got 3rd and long, no need to force the issue when there's nobody in the middle of the field. He's a smart player, gets a first down for his Atlanta Falcons.
Longest run of the year for Ryan, 17 yards. First down at the 37 of Atlanta. Jacquizz Rodgers with a head of speed, and Rodgers close to the first down. Aaron Williams, a strong safety, brings him down. He gets 9 out of it.
Little delayed draw here, sprint draw, quarterback fakes like he's going to throw a quick pass, hands it off to Jacquizz Rodgers.
73 is eligible.
Good blocking there on the right side of the offensive line by Justin Blaylock and Lamar Holmes. Good run.
121 yards rushing for the Falcons. Having a terrific running game. 2nd down and 1. And they want Rodgers to pick up the first down, and he does. Forward progress. Gets him to the 48. Marcel Darius. So 3 yards for Rodgers, and this team, terrific balance today. 27 passes, 19 runs. A lot closer than it's been for years.
Look at this hit. Wow, Darius. Big boy, 330-pound D lineman there, putting his face on a little 5'9" running back. But yeah, this is what they've been lacking all year, this balance. Some production out of the running game. Too much pressure on Matt Ryan has really affected this offense.
Now Jason Snelling in there. Ryan and Roddy White makes the grab at the 46. Will be about 5 yards shy of the first down with under 3 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter of a tie game. And the Atlanta Falcons, who have not been effective running the ball at all in a 2-9 season, averaging about 75 yards per game, 124 right now.
It's been an impressive turnaround today, led by Steven Jackson. Anton Smith getting some carries too.
2nd and 5. Here's Steven Jackson. Gang tackle, but not before he picks up a couple. And it'll be 3rd down and short. Steven Jackson with a tremendous career with the Rams, now at the Falcons. Just passed your brother to 23rd on the all-time rushing yardage list.
Yeah, I'm sure Tiki's happy about that. Watching his brother do a game, and he got to put his name up there for something that he didn't do.
I hope he doesn't use the remote. Turn the power off. That would be a bad thing with his brother doing this game. 3rd down and 3. Here's Ryan. Incomplete as it bounces in front of Harry Douglas. So it'll be 4th down, 4th and 3. And the punting unit will come on for the Falcons.
Matt Ryan had Harry Douglas here. See Harry Douglas running, got him to the flat, stumbles a little bit coming out. Pressure was there because he didn't get to plant his foot. Ball comes up just short. You see him running through that mosh of guys there, but because he couldn't plant off that back foot, he couldn't make a powerful enough throw. Comes up short. It's 4th down for Falcons.
McKelvin goes back, and Bodger will be punting. This is really key right now. Bodger's an outstanding punter to keep the Bills back up. And the ball bounces at the 5 and down at the 2. So we have a delay because of a fan has run on the field. Has nothing to do with what transpired here. Robert Alford of the Falcons caught the ball and downed it inside the 5, the rookie from Southeast Louisiana. So we talked about how Atlanta has run the ball, Rodney. What about the Bills?
C.J. Spiller early in this game, making a couple of Falcons miss and then hitting the afterburners. Thought he was going to score here. We made the call that he did, but he didn't. But it's kind of indicative of how this team is. And Fred Jackson doing his job also, the workhorse of this offense. I've said it a bunch of times today. Out of the backfield on the pass there, making Desmond Trufant miss for the touchdown. This 1-2 combination is about as effective as any group of running backs in the NFL.
You didn't make the call, I did.
Yeah,
Well, I did.
we're a team, Dave. We're a team.
I thought he was going to get in there. Here's Manuel going deep. This is a team. And just past Marquise Goodwin. So that's the first deep throw we've seen from E.J. Manuel today.
Now, it's the first time that we've seen him actually let these guys run, try to take the top off the defense. And by that, I mean getting by anybody in the secondary. He was working against Asante Samuel there. And, you know, Marquise Goodwin is one fast wide receiver. He's got 3 touchdowns already this year, over 40 yards. They were trying to get a good matchup there. They weren't able to connect.
Meanwhile, 5 yards per attempt for Manuel. That's not going to get it done. They took a shot inside the 5. Here's a handoff to Spiller. And Spiller gets to the 5. Corey Peters making the tackle. So now you're backed up. You're 3rd down and long. And you just want to get some breathing room. Keep your defense off again.
Absolutely. When you get in these situations backed up, all you want to do is get to really a situation where you're not having an unusual punting depth. 3rd and 7 here.
See what Nathaniel Hackett dials up. 3rd and 8. In the end zone is Manuel. Manuel going on top. And Robert Alford defending Marquise Goodwin, who's yelling that he was hit downfield. So twice they've gone to Goodwin on a deep pattern to no avail.
You see Marquise Goodwin down here working on the rookie Alford. Just a straight go, trying to take it off, like I said, but could have been PI, could have called it. Ball was somewhat uncatchable. I mean, it's a good no call.
So it's 4th down, and Robert McLean going back again, and now Moorman, not much margin here. High kick, but it'll be good field position for the Falcons if they handle it okay. And just getting down right around the midfield mark. And good field position for the Falcons in this tie game. Well, tomorrow night, check out Almost Human, and you'll see why critics are raving RoboCop's never looked so good. Don't miss an all-new episode tomorrow night at 8, 7 Central, right here on Fox. Dick Stockton, Rondé Barber, Chris Button here in Toronto, where the Bills have really had some difficulty. And I have to say this, if this game were played in Buffalo, now that the game has been played outdoors with all the elements against this dome team, I think Atlanta really caught a break.
Yeah, they really did. This game is completely different in that 39-degree rainy weather down in Orchard Park. But up here, it's perfect conditions. Atlanta Falcons, since the 2nd quarter, have really been able to find their rhythm on offense. They haven't capitalized it the last couple of drives, but they look really in balance right now.
From midfield, quick pass, caught by Douglas, and he gets 9 out of it. And this may be the end of the quarter. So other than the Falcons, who play indoors, and Chris Button, who didn't have to worry about the elements, who else benefited by the game?
You know, I was really looking forward to wearing my big, huge Fox sports jacket today, but whatever.
The great Toronto
I'll deal with
fan.
it. I'll deal with it.
You'll fight through it. The
Yeah,
great
exactly.
Toronto fans getting a chance to watch the Bills. That's the end of the 3rd. We're tied at 24. And Fox NFL Sunday will return after these messages and a word from your local Fox station. Part of the 4th quarter here in the Dome in Toronto, all tied at 24. Buffalo led 14-0. Atlanta has fought back. Any sense of whether Atlanta is just going to play out the string has been diffused dramatically by the way they have played. It'll be 2nd down and 1. And the pass is knocked down by Mario Williams, so it'll be 3rd down and 1. Falcons have lost 5 in a row. Their 2 wins this year against the Rams in week 2 and against Tampa Bay.
Mario Williams, I think he thought this ball was going to come out with a little bit more velocity. Almost looks like he could have caught it, except he's looking to bat it down from the get-go. Searcy, a couple of weeks against the Jets, actually caught one of those, returned it for a touchdown.
Steven Jackson. Steven Jackson. He's got it. 1st down inside the 40 of the Bills. And a 1st down. So Steven Jackson, who has been the leading rusher. And, of course, the workhorse, 15 carries for 62 yards, a touchdown, his average over 4 yards a carry. Now gives way to Antone Smith.
Needed 1 yard, get in there behind Justin Blaylock, Howley and Holmes on that left side of that line. And you don't need another back other than Steven Jackson to get that done.
Ryan knocked down by Marcel Darius. So twice in this possession, the Bills have gotten their hands on passes by Matt Ryan.
Darius dropped into coverage there. Mike Pettin dialing up one of his zone blitzes. Darius standing in the middle of the field, just spying the quarterback. I don't think Matt Ryan expected him to be there.
Second down and 10.
Ray spinner, 91 spinner, 52 ready.
Tight formation. Douglas out to the left. They give it to Jackson. And another good carry by Jackson. Boy, he has been a bellwether today for the Falcons. Kyle Williams stops him after a gain of 5. He has 67 yards now on 16 carries. Remember, he has not had a 100-yard game this season.
It's good to see Steven Jackson being the back that they expected him to be. You know, this season is what it is. Still want to get some production out of your players.
Here's a professionals, right? You'll be the first to say that.
Absolutely.
Third down and 5.
Hey, express.
Matt Ryan won't get away this time. Tackled at the 42 by Mario Williams. His 12th sack in 12 games. Came in tied for 3rd in the NFL. And the 5th time the Bills have gotten to Matt Ryan today. That'll be a loss of 7.
Matt Ryan takes a quick drop here, looking for these underneath routes. Look at all these Buffalo Bills in the line of scrimmage. You have no idea who's coming. But Mario Williams working over the center, and the right guard there just powers right through him. His size is to his advantage. Sacks Matt Ryan.
And they got him out of field goal range. If Mike Smith was thinking about it, Matt Bodger will be kicking to Leotis McKelvin. Fair catch immediately called by McKelvin at the 13.
Interesting point there. Matt Ryan, all that pressure, can't get rid of the ball. Turnover to the Buffalo Bills.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by State Farm. It pays to double check. Talk to your agent today. By Bud Light, official beer sponsor of the NFL. And by Lowe's. Lowe's, never stop improving.
Well, that's Toronto City Hall. Some interesting things have gone on. And for a high office person, not C.J. Spiller, we meant the mayor, and Spiller on the play gets a couple of yards. Umenyiora makes the stop. Let's take a look at the quarterback comparison, which jumps out. DJ Manuel, 100 yards fewer than Ryan.
Yeah, haven't made any really plays down the field. His slants to Stevie Johnson earlier game were some easy completions, but anything he's trying to push down the field has been incomplete. We're going to have to get some route combinations going here in the second half or in this fourth quarter.
Second down and 7. This pass is caught by Woods. Robert Woods, and a flag goes down right at the midfield marker. William Moore was covering on the play. Woods makes the catch and his second of the game.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 25, defense. High hit to the receiver, completed catch, 15-yard penalty from the end of the catch, first down.
So it's going to be 33 yards plus 15 more as a result of this.
Robert Woods over here. Just see Desmond Trufant come off him. Nobody over there. That's the definition of what they're looking for right here. Defensive receiver, high hit. You could see that coming from up here, but that was going to be a flag all the way.
Plenty of time. We're still early in the fourth, and a first down at the 36. And here it is Spiller Spiller with a first down. Look at those moves. Spiller has Woods in front of him, and he goes in for the touchdown. "77 yards early, 36 yards now for C.J. Spiller, 149 for the game, high ankle sprain and all.
He looked really explosive right there. Forget about this high ankle sprain. It's feeling good right now. See the quick move, the cut, back to the field. Asante Samuel and Moore collide with each other. He's on the ground. C.J. Spiller just trots into the end zone. And Atlanta Falcons defense with the pass, or with the personal foul penalty, and then some bad tackling in that secondary, just made that drive for Buffalo look really, really easy.
Dan Carpenter. And he gives the Bills a 7-point lead early here in the fourth. 3 plays, 87 yards. It took him just about a minute for Spiller, capping it with a 36-yard beauty. Season's best for C.J. Spiller, 149 yards rushing, his career high, 169, so he needs 21 to top that. But more important, the Buffalo Bills needing this game to hang in the wild card derby, leading 31-24. Jacquizz Rodgers just going to catch this out of the end zone. And the Falcons will go to work at the 20-yard line. So the question, can Matt Ryan answer the challenge? Ryan has completed 18 of 28, 204 yards and a touchdown. But ball was jarred loose for him. He committed the only turnover, a fumble, and the Bills took over and capitalized on a touchdown.
Number 73 is reporting as eligible.
One thing that hasn't happened all year for the Falcons is explosive plays. It won't be a quick strike. It'll be methodical. It'll be well thought out, planned by offensive coordinator Cutter Matt Ryan, who's been executing well this second half. Be the same way here on this drive.
Ryan Schrader once again is eligible, number 73. Ryan gets time. Incomplete to Roddy White and covered by Stephon Gilmore. Time for a game break. Kurt Menefee.
Well, Vernon Davis leapt over a Ram defender in the first half. Second half, I guess you need to do it again. This time on a touchdown reception from Colin Kaepernick. Up and over into the end zone. 23-6. 49ers rolling right now in the fourth. Get the Rondé.
All right, thank you very much, Kurt. So the Seattle Seahawks with the lead over San Francisco. Arizona lost, and of course the Rams are losing to the 49ers. Second and 10. Going left and going up on top. And Gilmore defending Douglas. Third down and 10 now. So Gilmore, who came out of the game for a while, replaced by Ron Brooks. They worked on him the last 2 plays.
Yeah, Stephon Gilmore, he missed a lot of this season because of that broken hand on his left hand, but he is definitely one of these elite type corners who can play at the line of scrimmage. He's got that size speed combination that you really covet in the league these days, showing why he's so valuable to this Bills defense. And there was no chance that ball was going to be completed.
Well, a big third down here. Big to the moment. There's still so much time left. Third down and 10, and the quick toss caught short of the first down. Roddy White hit by Aaron Williams, who makes the tackle, not letting White get enough yards, and it'll be fourth down, and the punting unit will come in for Atlanta.
Solid tackle there by Williams. And you know what? Played corner for Buffalo. Mike Pettin came in, moved him to safety, but he does a lot of corner-like things for these Bills on defense. He's been one solid player for them this entire season.
Question about it. Again, the Bills have had to go deep into their reserves to have guys come to the fore. McKelvin is back. At the 25. And kind of a neck tackle, it looked as if. And gets out to the 32. Patrick DeMarco on special teams. Not sure whether the ball came loose. In any event, the helmet is lost by McKelvin. And it'll be Buffalo ball. Well, Saturday, it's the Big Ten Championship on Fox. Third-ranked Ohio State takes on 11th-ranked Michigan State to see which team will earn an automatic bid to a BCS bowl game. Coverage begins for the Big Ten Championship Saturday at 7:30 Eastern, only on Fox.
You mean presently ranked third Ohio State? That big Alabama loss, it might be some shake right now.
It's a jumble, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
First down. C.J. Spiller. Massaquoi after a pickup of 2 yards. 31-24. Buffalo is leading. Bills trying to win their second in a row for the first time this year. They have lost 5 of their last 7. They beat the Carolina Panthers in Buffalo. Baltimore at home. They beat Miami on the road, and their last win against the Jets. Second down and 8. E.J. Manuel nearly intercepted by William Moore, and if he had caught it, he would have been off.
E.J. Manuel was really trying to force that ball in there to Chandler. This was a bad decision by him. William Moore right here, you'll see him drop down into the box. Chandler runs this little quick out, and Moore sees it all the way. It's a bad throw. Puts him in the hands. This should have been a touchdown for Atlanta. It would have been a game-changing type of play. Got to capitalize on those if you're Falcons on defense.
Third down and 8.
Falcons have all 11 guys at the line of scrimmage right now.
Sideline pass, incomplete. Goodwin was the intended receiver. Well covered by Robert Alford, who has replaced Asante Samuel at cornerback, rookie from Southeast Louisiana. So Atlanta, Mike Smith, as he told us, really getting a look at his young players in this lost season.
Yeah, Alford leads this team in interceptions. Asante Samuel, we know, is one of the great interceptors in the game, but getting an opportunity to show his stuff in this game.
Mormon will be kicking to McLean. Well, McLean's a busy guy, returning kicks. Playing secondary in a fair catch at the 30-yard line. So Matt Ryan, who has thrown a touchdown pass and has been one of the really elite quarterbacks in the NFL for a winning Falcon team, going through a losing year, but this game isn't lost yet.
This game is sponsored by Amazon's new Kindle Fire HDX tablet. High resolution beyond HD.
Falcons ball at the 31, trailing the Bills by 7. Tony Gonzalez just came in motion. Steven Jackson, nothing. Jarris Byrd amongst others. Byrd missed the first 5 games with plantar fasciitis. That was a tough loss. He has 3 interceptions. 2 against the Jets and a sack as well.
Since Jarris Byrd came into the league, sorry, Jarris, I said your name wrong twice today. No player other than Asante Samuel has more interceptions than him. He is around the ball every opportunity. He's showing why he's so valuable in these past couple of games for the Bills.
I won't tell him that.
Please don't tell him.
Second down and 9. And there's a pass, and open is Harry Douglas. All right, Douglas said left, right. Well, I'll take the first down out to the 47. And a gain of 15 yards to the leading receiver on this Falcon team.
Again, Matt Ryan has a lot more confidence in Harry. You see him just run a little pick route. We've seen this 2 or 3 times today. Leotis McKelvin has to get over the press coverage there of Stephon Gilmore and Roddy White. It sets up an easy completion, and Harry Douglas taking a smart route out and getting down when all 3 of his Bills surrounded him.
It's been a tough fourth quarter for Matt Ryan. Only 2 for 6 for 21 yards. Jackson. Again, Mario Williams, so unable to stop the run, and Alan Branch with a little extracurricular activity on Steven Jackson.
See Mario Williams line up a lot on the left side of this defense for Mike Pettin. You know, they don't have one scheme that they use where teams can find out where your best players are. Mario Williams in a lot of games has been on the right. I think they think his matchup versus Jeremy Trueblood on the left side is a little bit more advantageous, and that's where they put him.
Second down and 9 with under 8 minutes to go in the 4th. Looking left, going left, caught by Roddy White. short of the first down by a couple. And a big third down coming up. Not a lot of time anymore, but enough time, 7:35. And today, the Falcons, who are worst in the league in third down conversions, have been dynamite, 7 of 14. But they need 2 here.
You look at some of the markers that determine whether you win or lose in this game, and third down is one of them. Atlanta has been miserable all year, but today they've been pretty good, and they got a big one right here.
Rodgers and Snelling are in the backfield. And they flip it to Jason Snelling, and he'll get the first down. Jason Snelling on a little option play, getting 3 yards. And it'll be first down.
Really unique play here. Matt Ryan's going to show like he's giving it to Quez, and then just the shovel pass. Kiko Alonso does a really good job sniffing it out. Gets some good second effort as he tries to run through that block. That was a really creative play on third down for the Atlanta Falcons.
How about Justin Blaylock leading the way? First down at the 43 of the Bills. Ryan goes underneath Douglas and is defended by Nickel Roby, who's been a good nickel guy. So Nickel on the nickel on the pass that was a little behind Douglas.
He's been a great addition. Free agent out of USC. Nobody gave him a lot of credit coming out, but he's been really good for these Bills. Almost had a chance to intercept that.
Not a good pass there.
Pass was definitely behind Harry Douglas there.
And the Falcons 2-9, trying to end a 5-game losing streak. Here in Toronto, second down and 10. And the pass to Gonzalez, incomplete, covered by Aaron Williams. Now 3rd and 10. You know, it's interesting, Rondé, we talked about how the Falcons have rushed so well today, 136 yards. Coming in, Matt Ryan has averaged over 40 pass attempts a game. He's at 36 right now.
Yeah, that's too many. But when you don't run the ball, it's what you have to resort to, and it's what they've done all year. Today they've got a little bit more balance. But you can see when they get in their comfort zone, it's when Matt Ryan is dropping back and throwing the football.
Anton Smith to the top of your picture. He's dangerous. 3rd down and 10. And going deep downfield to Smith. And he can't hold on. The pass was there. Kiko Alonso defending step for step. It was there for Anton Smith. But he couldn't make the play, and now it's 4th down.
Well, you called up that matchup. Had to undress the defense with the empty backfield. Put Anton Smith out there. Kiko Alonso having to run with him. Just doesn't have the speed to keep up with them. Matt Ryan puts this right on the money, and it is right through the breadbasket. That is a bad missed opportunity for the Falcons. That would have tied this game up at 31. Instead, they're having a punt.
And Anton Smith, who has run 38 yards for a touchdown for the Falcons earlier, missed that one. 4th down, and Bajer kicking now to Jim Leonard. And the fair catch called for by Leonard on the 10. Are they giving Leotis McKelvin a breather? Why? He's been in the game. C.J. Spiller, 152 yards, 17 from his career high. He and the Bills offense heading out. There's the AFC playoff picture. You know the division leaders. You see the wild card teams, but Buffalo in the hunt. They've got the 3 Florida teams, Tampa Bay and Jacksonville on the road, Miami at home coming up. So this is really a must game for them against Atlanta. Well, they're up by 7, 6:02 to go on the 10. Can't just run it out here, right?
No, you definitely need to try to get a first down, change some field position. Atlanta's doing a good job with that, even though they're not converting on 3rd down now, keeping these Bills backed up.
C.J. Spiller bounces off a defender, and he's going to lose yardage thanks to William Moore. So now the problem becomes a little more difficult. It'll be 2nd down and 13, and remember, if they don't get the first down, Atlanta gets good field position.
Yeah, that's at this point in the game, it becomes a field position battle. And Mike Smith knows that. He's not pressing. Atlanta's offense, even though it's stalled here these last couple of drives, their defense can get a stop for them here. It gives them an opportunity, another opportunity with good field position.
Brett Jackson now in the game in the backfield. Manuel. No, Will's receiver was there. Which was there. How about the running game? The Buffalo offense, 5th in the league, 134 yards a game. Falcons defense giving up a lot of yards. The Bills, 183 rushing yards. Spiller with 2 big ones, 77 and 39. Season's high for him. He's on the sideline.
Doug Marrone said they were going to run the ball. It's the right thing to do against a defense that's struggling against it now. But we're looking at it right now. They're not running. E.J. Manuel needs to find a completion here and get a first down.
Big 3rd down. And delay of the game.
Offense, half the distance to the goal, still 3rd down.
I repeat, big 3rd down, but a little longer now for Doug Marrone's crew.
Bad sequence of events there. C.J. Spiller with the run. Trying to get a little too much. Bounce it outside, gets the lost yardage. Incomplete pass, and then a delay of game gives him a backed up situation.
Woods and Stevie Johnson out to the left. T.J. Graham to the right in the end zone. And coming out of the backfield is Fred Jackson. And Jackson will not get the first down because Sean Weatherspoon, who after a roughing the passer call early has been brilliant for the Falcons defensively. A 13-yard gain, but it'll be 4th down, and Moorman will have to kick from inside his 5.
We don't get it. Falcons looking to get good field position here again. I think the most important thing out of that play was short of the first down, obviously, but give yourself some room to kick this ball. You don't want to be in a stress position, having to punt out of your own end zone again.
Robert McLean is back deep for Atlanta. Here's McLean at the 31. Not going to get away. Gets to the 35. Not a bad start for Matt Ryan and company. Nigel Bradham makes the stop. Well, next week on the NFL on Fox, the Detroit Lions travel to Philadelphia to take on Nick Foles and the high-flying Eagles, and are they ever? Then the Seahawks, behind Russell Wilson and Marshawn Lynch, battle the 49ers in a huge NFC West showdown. It all starts with the Fox NFL kickoff show at 11 a.m. Eastern on Fox Sports 1, followed by Fox NFL Sunday at noon Eastern on Fox. How about Jimmy Johnson, the 12th man, waving that flag? He is the 12th man for Seattle. Yeah, that was a great bit.
Fox Sunday show.
That was a great
one. Entertaining piece of television.
On our pregame show. Ryan's numbers. 4:26 to go. Falcons down by 7. They're at the 35. And down he goes. A sack. Corbin Bryant, and that will be the 6th of the game for Buffalo. Bryant, the former Steeler. And that'll be a healthy loss as well of 7 yards.
Sacks coming from everywhere on this defense. Look, just 5 guys in the line of scrimmage there. Atlanta's offensive line obviously confused on assignments. You saw Alan Branch pop out there. Center didn't, Howley didn't know who to block. Free runner to the quarterback.
2nd down and 17. And Ryan's pass and holding on and making the catch is Tony Gonzalez. Kelvin on the plate. When we talked to Mike Pettin, he says you got to show pressure and then get out. Then you go for it. He says if you give him a steady diet, meaning Matt Ryan, he'll tear you up.
Yeah, they were able to do some unconventional things 2 weeks ago against rookie Geno Smith, that came away with a bunch of pressure on him. But you got to be smart with Matt Ryan. He diagnoses a lot of it, but they've been able to get to him today.
Well, now they need 10. 3rd down and 10. Under 3.5 for the Falcons. And here's Ryan. First down to Tony Gonzalez. Mr. Clutch, getting 13 yards and moving the sticks for Atlanta.
No surprise here that Matt Ryan is looking for Tony Gonzalez. You see him down here in the slot against Denoris Cersei. Slips on the logo there in the middle of the field, but Tony Gonzalez does such a good job getting big. Matt Ryan is really comfortable just delivering him the ball.
He lost Cersei, didn't he ever? So 1st down, and this pass incomplete to Douglas. We'll bring up 2nd and 10 with 2:53 on the clock, and Falcons have all 3 of their timeouts remaining, needing a touchdown and a conversion to tie.
And Matt Ryan's been in this situation plenty of times. He's got a lot of comeback wins in his career. Saw more last year than this year, obviously, but he's playing tough. He's used to this situation. He'll be calm and confident, know where he needs to deliver the ball when time comes.
You want to call him something like Matty Ice. Oh, they do already. I thought I came up with something. 2nd and 10. Getting away from pressure, and it's caught by Roddy White. Going out of bounds is Roddy White, forced out by McKelvin, and in Buffalo territory. We've seen Ryan do this for so many years, and it'll be a first down, and they're going to mark it at the 28.
Roddy White there in the slot. Again, this turf coming up to bite players. Nykel Roby falling down leaves Roddy White wide open.
So Roddy White with a season's high, 10 catches, 143 yards, and a first down. Dropped by Douglas. The offensive line did a good job against the pressure of the Bills, but Douglas couldn't hold on, and it's 2nd down. Well, the question was answered. What do you do when you're 2-9? You've been in this spot before. You want to hang in the game. This is Mike Smith's team was down 14-0. They didn't say, oh, well, here we go again. They caught themselves. They got back. They had the lead. Now they're trailing by 7.
Ultimate credit to their head coach there.
No question about it.
And the leaders on this football team. Matt Ryan, Tony Gonzalez being 2 of them for sure.
And on 2nd down and 10, Ryan's pass is caught, flags down, and Roddy White makes the catch. 237, 7-yard gain, but a flag.
Offside, number 55, defense. It's 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Still 2nd down.
So it's Jerry Hughes offsides for Buffalo.
Jerry Hughes, you see him down here, a little anxious. He's got 2 sacks already on the day. Gets off before the snap.
So it's 2nd down and 5. Ryan again, tip, incomplete off the hands of Douglas. And it'll be 3rd down and 5. Now a field goal could be acceptable for Atlanta if they don't get it here, because with 2:33 to go, they have enough time and 3 timeouts, and you have another penalty thrown. See what this one is all about. And Doug Marrone really upset at this.
Illegal contact, number 23, defense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
And that's why he's upset. Aaron Williams, illegal contact. So it'll be a first down for the Falcons, and they move it to the 18.
See Aaron Williams here covering Tony Gonzalez in the slot. Yeah, it's such a tough responsibility when you got to deal with him. He's so big, and I do not see that. That is a missed call right there. Obviously, he was on the other side of the ball.
Now Jason Snelling checks in. First down on the 18 of the Bills. Matt Ryan, low pass, and it's caught by Darius Johnson. Tough catch by Johnson, gets to the 5 and has a first down. Good play and a good hands there by Johnson.
Haven't called his name much. He's been a surprise for this team. All these injuries. Wow, that is a nice catch. Goes down low, plucks it out of the air. Matt Ryan has a lot of confidence in this young kid. Pretty surprised with his production this year. We see why they're so high on him right there.
He was on the practice squad, Rondé, for the first 6 weeks. He's been a real surprise indeed. Undrafted rookie from SMU. We have an emotional game between a team in the playoff hunt and a team just trying to win another game. 2-minute warning, 31-24. 2 minutes remaining in regulation. The Bills lead the Falcons 31-24, but Atlanta has a 1st and goal at the 5. Steven Jackson, the running back. Ryan has thrown 43 passes thus far. Backing up against the rush, number 44 is thrown out of the end zone. Tony Gonzalez was the man he wanted to get it to. 2nd and goal.
Matt Ryan looking for Tony Gonzalez. It's a good guy to look for it down here. Creates such a matchup with no matter who's covering him. Couldn't get away from the defense there though.
Each team has all 3 timeouts remaining. Jason Snelling to the right of Matt Ryan. 2nd and goal. Ryan immediately looks right, nothing there. Goes up the middle and again throws it to Douglas, but it hits the crossbar, incomplete. He had Aaron Williams defending him, and good defense by Williams indeed, and it's 3rd and goal.
Talk about that versatility of Aaron Williams. Seen him a number of times matched up on Tony Gonzalez. There he's matched up on the leading receiver and Harry Douglas. He can do it all for these Bills. Interesting when you got a guy that's that versatile in your secondary.
Let's just look ahead just in case they don't score. You go for the field goal, and then you have enough timeouts to get the ball back, or you go for the touchdown.
It'll be interesting. These Falcons have nothing to lose. I see them going for a touchdown. 4-down territory.
3rd and goal. They hand to Steven Jackson, and Jackson will be stopped at the 1.5-yard mark, and we're going to find out. And we have flags down, and helmets lost, and tempers flaring up in the end zone. Aaron Williams lost his helmet, being escorted away. This is not the time to have this sort of unsportsmanlike play for either side.
Exactly, Dick, for either team. Harry Douglas and Aaron Williams were scrapping a little bit after that last play.
During the run, illegal hands to the face, number 83, offense. 15-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
That's a crusher at this point. Harry Douglas with the penalty, and they're going to move this away from the 5 or inside the 5 where the Falcons were, and they've got to go to work again big time.
The foul is for personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 83, offense.
Running play, Harry Douglas. I told you he's aggressive, and sometimes emotions get the better of you. It certainly did there. Uncalled for, but throwing a lot of praise on Harry today, but that was unfortunate. Bad decision by him at this juncture in the game.
Well, it started at a 1st and goal to 5. They were getting closer. Now it's 3rd and goal at the 16.
What does Mike Smith do here if he doesn't get the touchdown?
I think you got to go for the field goal, perhaps. Here's Jacquizz Rodgers in motion to the left. You got to get some points, I would think. And here is Matt Ryan, flush from the pocket. Ryan's pass, and falling down, and a flag is down. Jacquizz Rodgers was in motion. Nickel Roby against Harry Douglas, and both fell down in a flag, and they're pointing to the Bills that the penalty is against Buffalo, which would be a 1st and goal. Nickel Roby.
Pass interference, number 37, defense. Foul occurred in the end zone. The ball will be at the 1-yard line. 1st down.
So when it looked bleak for the Falcons, all of a sudden it looks rosy for them.
Wow, this is a bold penalty right here to call it this juncture in the game. Less than a minute and a half. Both of them are fighting. I do not see that as a defensive pass interference. Yeah, there's some tangling. Harry Douglas is doing some pushing. Roby's doing some grabbing. That should have gone uncalled.
And Doug Marrone is doing some throwing. So it's 1st and goal. Steven Jackson is the setback. They give it to Jackson, and Jackson gets over for the touchdown. So Harry Douglas involved with an offensive foul, and then he is fouled himself on a penalty by Nickel Roby, giving the Falcons new life, and they capitalize on Steven Jackson's 1-yard run, and it's 31-30 with the point after the tie.
A lot of Falcons fans with smirks on their face right now. Get the fortunate pass interference, hand it to your big back. Need 1 yard for a touchdown. Steven Jackson having a very impressive day.
He has scored 2 touchdowns, which matches what he had all season coming into this game. Matt Bryant with the extra point, and we're tied at 31 with 1:28 to go in the fourth.
Steven Jackson here, getting behind True Blood, falling over some Bills defenders. There's a minute, 28 seconds on the clock here. Doug Marrone not very happy. But what he has is an opportunity for his quarterback right now. Earlier in the year, he had E.J. Manuel had an opportunity to do similar against Carolina Panthers, let him down on the last second drive, the game-winning touchdown.
All right, let's go back to the interference call. And Mike Pereira said, yes, he's grabbing him by the collar there. So you can argue they're both looking for it. Now we look at it in super slow and grabbed him by the collar. It is a good call without question as we see it. Do you agree?
I still don't agree with that. The game is a physical game. Harry Douglas is despite being little, he is a very physical player. There was some pushing on both sides. Grabbing the collar, yeah, gives you I can see where Pereira says that it should be a penalty, but I don't think at this juncture in the game you make that call.
All right, Marquise Goodwin is back. Bodger kicking off, and he's going to run it out. And he gets to the 24 with 1:22, and remember, week 2 in Buffalo against Carolina with 1:38 to go, no timeouts. E.J. Manuel drove the Bills 80 yards and hit Stevie Johnson on a 2-yard touchdown pass with 2 seconds left for the first game-winning drive of his career. And Carolina, tell you what, they haven't lost much since. So E.J. Manuel in position to try to get the team to field goal range, because 3 would get it done for the Bills.
Hasn't been that effective in the passing game. We saw it in 14 completions. You have to tone it up right here.
First down. Flips it to Fred Jackson. And Jackson getting back to the line of scrimmage thanks to Corey Peters and Sean Weatherspoon. Remember, each team has all 3 timeouts remaining. No gain there. And we wind down to a minute to go in regulation. And the Bills taking their time here.
It's all right to take a little bit of time. Take some of this clock. Still got to get down the field. Only 55 seconds left in the game.
2nd and 10. Manuel's pass. Incomplete. And it was intended for T.J. Graham and Robert Alford. What a job he has done. Almost intercepted that pass. The rookie.
Yeah, nice play here by the rookie Alford. But this, again, was not a very good pass by E.J. Manuel to the inside. T.J. Graham's breaking out. It's lucky that that wasn't intercepted.
He was in his hands, Alford's. So now 3rd and 10. They got out of this too fast. They're going to give Atlanta a chance if they don't get a first down. To have one last-ditch chance.
Always that possibility. Incompletions in a 2-minute drive. Not always good for you.
3rd down and 10. Here's Manuel's pass, and it's caught by Chandler, and he gets a few extra yards after getting the first down, and those were critical yards for Chandler. 23 in all, and now the Bills, with 40 seconds to go, are at their 47.
Chandler showing up big today. It's his 3rd catch, but that was the biggest, or 4th catch. That was the biggest one so far.
And here is Jackson off the right side. Fred Jackson. And Jackson near the 45-yard line, tackled by Robert Alford, but getting 8 yards. And here's Dan Carpenter. And a timeout is called by the Bills. Career long is 60. He hit a 55-yarder earlier against the Browns, or earlier in his career, I guess.
Dan Carpenter probably, he's used to kicking in Buffalo, but he's probably really happy that he's going to get, if he gets an opportunity to kick this inside of this dome. Perfect conditions. The only breeze from the air conditioner.
I don't know how the turf would be. Yes, 7 in a row. In 8 out of 10, you think the turf could be a factor for him? But it's better indoors, obviously.
Yeah, obviously the conditions are better.
Fred Jackson remains in the backfield. Ball on the 45 of Atlanta, and here is Jackson. And Jackson, close to the first down, doesn't have it. OCU Mignora makes the tackle. 28 seconds to go, and the Bills will use their 2nd timeout. So now the ball will be placed at the 43.
Bills seem to be content here running the ball, eat some of this clock off, and set up a long field goal attempt. They still got a chance to get a first down here with 28 seconds and only one timeout.
They need to get it around the 40 to make it a, well, that would be a 57-yard, 58-yard. Third down and 1, 28 seconds to go, one timeout left for Buffalo. Manuel's pass, and it's caught by Stevie Johnson, who fumbles the ball, picked up by Atlanta. William Moore has it, and the Falcons get it back. Stevie Johnson had it, and it would have been almost a chip shot for Dan Carpenter, but he coughed it up, and William Moore recovers it, goes out of bounds. Atlanta now with 20 seconds to go.
Robert McClain has been on the receiving end of a lot of abuse today by Stevie Johnson, but he gets the better of him right here. This would easily set up the game-winning field goal for Buffalo. See the crossing route, but McClain never gives up on this play, reaches in and punches it out from the back, and William Moore is able to get this recovery. Wow. What a game, man. This is what you like games to be. For Atlanta, it doesn't mean something, but for Buffalo, this is a huge game.
How about McClain batting the ball out of Johnson's hands? Moore picked it up, and Atlanta has all 3 timeouts remaining, and they're going to use one right here. First timeout for Atlanta with 20 seconds to go for the Falcons, and can they get the ball in position for Matt Bryant to try to win it in regulation?
I was part of a game in Tampa years ago where Matt Bryant kicked a 60-yarder to win, so he definitely has the leg.
You've never talked to him since, right?
I haven't talked to him since, no. He took all my credit. I had 2 touchdowns in that game, but he got all the
headlines, right?
All the headlines. You got to see the city, key to the city because of it.
All right, here come the Falcons.
Need about 2 plays here worth about 15 yards. Even give themselves a chance.
Clock is big. 20 seconds. You dump it off to Steven Jackson. Jackson tackled back in the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard loss. The clock continues to run, and it looks like we're headed for overtime, and that's the way it'll be. So both teams, and Atlanta getting a big break on the penalty, and we're headed for overtime here. And let's look at the rules for overtime here in the NFL. Both teams have an opportunity to possess the ball unless initial possession is a touchdown or a safety. You have one 15-minute period. All replays initiated from the booth, and 2 timeouts per team. So it isn't the first team that scores automatically wins anymore if you do get a field goal.
Yeah, it's a good rule they changed a couple of years ago. Not dissimilar to college, although college's playoff or overtime rules are 25-yard line and in. And you got to play a full football field here.
On the coin flip.
Gentlemen, we will have one modified sudden death overtime period. Each team will have an opportunity to possess the ball unless either team scores by a touchdown or safety. 4th quarter timing rules will be in effect. All replay will be by the replay official upstairs. Each team will be entitled to 2 timeouts. Atlanta's a visiting team. The crown is heads. The maple leaf is tails. What is your call? Heads. The call is heads. It is tails. Buffalo has won the toss. They will receive.
We want to defend this end zone.
You'll defend this goal. Good luck, gentlemen.
Well, the Bills will have the first opportunity. If they get a touchdown, it'll be over. So Stevie Johnson with the catch, and Robert McClain knocked it out of his hand, and William Moore recovered it, and Stevie Johnson just upset, distraught, tied. OT coming up. We're in overtime here in Toronto. Let's look at how these teams have done. The Bills lost to the Bengals October 13th, 27-24 in overtime. Falcons, this is their first overtime game this year, 2-3 under Mike Smith. but 8-2 for home team. So is this a home game? That's the big issue for the Bills.
There's Bills stuff all over the stadium. I'm calling this a home game.
Okay, we're indoors, not outdoors. We don't have frigid weather. We have nice 72 degrees, comfy in Toronto in the Dome. So Matt Majer kicking off. Bills had won the toss, and Marquise Goodwin's going to go down. He wanted to run. He wanted to run it out, but Frank Summers had other ideas for him. So the Bills will start from the 20. E.J. Manuel, 17 of 31, 188 yards, and a touchdown pass that Manuel threw to Fred Jackson.
Had an impressive drive there right before end of regulation. Buffalo probably get back into their regular offensive scheme here. They won't feel like to hurry up.
First down and 10 from the 20. And here comes the blitz from the secondary, and Fred Jackson picks up a couple. Boy, a running start for the Falcons in the secondary. Gain of 2. Second down. Call it 7. And Manuel's pass caught by Chandler, and he fumbles. Chandler fumbles, and the Falcons are going to get it back, and it's Robert Alford, and he flips the ball to Desmond Trufant. Trufant into Buffalo territory, and he's tackled there at the 45. So deja vu for the Buffalo Bills after a completed pass that set things up nicely. The fumble, and the Falcons get it back, and they have the ball in Buffalo territory.
Turnovers have not been there this year for Atlanta. Twice now, successive plays on offense for Buffalo. Good completions, field-changing possession or completions, and they fumble it away. Atlanta being very opportunistic now on defense. This was their formula last year. It's why they were 13-3. It could be why they sneak out a win here in Toronto today.
So William Moore knocked the ball out of the hands of Chandler, and then Robert Alford picked it up, and then he got it over to Trufant, who did the rest. So 3 DBs for the Falcons figured there, and there is Mike Smith and Alford saying, I think you're going to be around for a while. And the ball on the 45. And there is the look on the face of Scott Chandler, the tight end. So the next score will win this game because the Bills had their chance offensively. So if it's a field goal, Atlanta will win. That's all they need for the Falcons to win at OT.
That look on Chandler's face says it all. Just utter disbelief.
And a first down at the 47 of Buffalo. Steven Jackson gets it inside the 45, picking up about 3.5. So many close calls, penalties, fumbles, and there is Matt Bryant, career long is 62, one of the most accurate kickers of all time. 53 is the season's long. Second down and 6. Ryan's pass, and it's caught by Harry Douglas. Harry Douglas gets to the 22. Made the catch and found running room and gets 20 yards. And now Atlanta in command here. They'll have a first down.
This will look to do it. Harry Douglas up here on top. See this play a lot from Atlanta's offense. Haven't seen it yet today. This little hide screen, it's a college play, but they use it to much effect. Matt Ryan, easy completion. Harry Douglas does all the work. Those 6 catches today were huge, no bigger than that one.
No question about it. 6 catches and a first down on the 23, and they give it to Jackson. Steven Jackson. And Jackson getting inside the 20-yard line. Well within range of Matt Bryant. 5-yard pickup there. And right now, the Atlanta Falcons are just trying to get it in position for Bryant to win it with a field goal.
Hold on to the ball. Put him on the right hash or whatever hash Matt Bryant likes. Nothing but dejected feelings right now on that Buffalo Bills sideline. You can see it in all their faces over there. Giving one away, it looks like.
Jackson going outside. Jackson stopped by Alonso and McKelvin, gets 1 yard. And now they're going to bring Matt Bryant onto the field to try to win it right here on 3rd down. So here's Matt Bryant. And the Bills will call a timeout. One of the 2 timeouts that they have here in overtime. Let's take a look at these really back-breaking fumbles by the Bills.
Yeah, these were huge. Here's game-changing plays in every single contest in the NFL. Stevie Johnson's earlier, Chandler's here. You know, the Falcons came into this game talking about 1 or 2 plays, maybe 3 plays a game that make a difference. There's been 3 plays. The pass interference that got called for Harry Douglas that went their way. Both of those fumbles looks like it's going to result in a win.
You know,
for the
Rodney,
Atlanta Falcons.
you were in the secondary. I have to say the Atlanta secondary was brilliant today. They didn't allow DJ Manuel to hit long passes. They made key plays. Great teamwork. Trying to win it here is Matt Bryant with a 36-yard field goal attempt to win it for Atlanta. And the kick is good, and the Falcons have won in overtime. Falcons win in overtime, 34-31.